Hey, how's it going, guys? Got someone joining? Can you hear and see just fine? Let me know. All right. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, as you probably saw from the thumbnail, it's absolutely freezing out there today. So I don't think we'll be doing any shooting. That's for sure. Not in minus 30-degree weather, but this one's gonna need a little work. Yeah, definitely not minus 30-degree weather. It's really damn cold out there. So we'll definitely just take it easy for a bit, at least for today. Maybe we'll get up and do some shooting later on this afternoon when everything cools down. Let me know. Better with the light on, I guess. Cheers. Thanks, Alex. So we got a few things going on today. If any of you guys saw my quick little posts about some bands that I received, I did a short on it just a couple of days ago. We got some Celtic Caddy in. I thought these bands had gone obsolete and nobody had them no more, but sure enough, I found some, and I got a supplier that's going to continue to get them, which is awesome. And I also got some Shishu bands that I want to test out also. Should be fun. Get out and shoot these guys as soon as it gets a little warmer. But also, pretty soon I'm going to have to get a review going of the Hyper Hunter here. Just haven't had an opportunity to get out and do any shooting with it. Only a tiny little bit. Actually, I have a video in the queue. It's ready to go, but got nothing yet. Oh, everybody's gone. All right. We experiencing some problems, or did everyone just split? We got someone back. That's good news. How you doing, guys? Thanks for joining. Oh, and you're gone. Oh, we got someone back. How you doing, man? There we go. We had some people pop in and take off real quick. Hopefully you guys will stick it out. So anyway, like I was saying, good. I don't know what happened. I had about 5 or 6 people on there, and then all of a sudden, boop, everyone disappeared. I don't know if it's kicking people off or not, but you still there? See those numbers flipping out. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, so I recently got a post or a comment about the Crazy Power Mini no tie version. Now, like I was saying to the guy, if I had any TTF frame that I had to keep, and of all the TTFs in my collection, yo, what's up, Tim? This definitely would be the one I keep. I really like this thing. I've done some excellent shooting with it. Although I'm a little bit out of practice with the TTF frames, so I think we're going to band this guy up today and see how it goes. I also got my HGH. I want to put another band set on here. I did some testing with the 0.8 100%, and oh my goodness, these are great bands. I'm going to be definitely going to be doing some shooting with this guy pretty soon. Hopefully we get some warmer weather, because it's minus 30-degree stuff. You can't really get much more shots, more than 2 or 3 shots before either your bands shit the bed or you get too cold to even hold your frame. And having one of these big chunks of steel in there, let me tell you, it's rough to put a couple of shots together in that kind of cold. We're also, I may or may not band up this guy here today. This is the Hyper Hunter from Prime 4 Catapults. It's another great little frame. I got to do a review on this guy, but just haven't been able to find the time with the weather. But let me tell you, if you're looking for an EDC frame, this thing is like top notch. Got some more goodies in the mail this week. For those of you who are just joining in, we got some Shishu bands, 0.85, which I want to make a band set of these guys today. And I also got some Celtic Caddy bands. These are 0.8 as well. We're going to be giving those a try. I have no experience with Celtic Caddy bands. I've heard so much about them. Many people have been asking me to pick them up and give them a try, but I haven't had a chance yet. So finally got a couple of bands. For those of you who may have seen that post, I got some 0.6, 0.7, and 0.8. We're going to be testing all those out, getting out there, doing speed test reviews, the whole complete deal. As well as Shishu, I got this guy, 0.85, and I got 0.65 as well. Hey, Donald's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Hey, how are the Falcon bands and the heavier ones? When I did the reviews on those bands, I was kind of nervous about it because I have to say they were probably some of the nicest bands to shoot ever. But I was worried that the people were only going to worry about the speed. And they were a little bit on the slower side for speed. But man, the draw on that is probably one of the best draws I've ever felt on any band ever. And I did some amazing shooting with it. It was just planking the target like one after another because because the draw weight was so nice and light. I don't know. I really like those bands, but I gotta try some of the heavier ones. Get into the 0.8, 0.7, 0.8. Considering how light the draw is, might as well go all the way up. 1632, cool. Yeah, I've got some. I've got a couple of tube shooters. Most of them are like those knife tube combos. One of them is the one I did the review on. I got another one. I can't remember the CMAG or whatever it's called. It's got a pretty high quality knife blade on there. Works pretty good. But the cool thing about this one is it's got these plugs so you can actually shoot it with flat bands. I want to do a review on that guy too. I just haven't had a chance to play with it all that much. Yes, sir. I do have Facebook. I have my one for my name, which a lot of people seem to be following me on, but I actually wish they wouldn't because I almost never go on there. But if you want to contact me on Facebook, the best place to check me out is on Adventure Time Outdoors. That's what it's called. That's my page, and that's the one I do all my work through. Hey, how you doing, man? We got people from everywhere here. It's pretty cool. Poland. How you doing, buddy? So, I guess what we're going to be doing, I'm going to tilt this guy down a little bit in a minute, and we're going to start testing out the max elongations of these bands. I'm probably going to do them one at a time. I've got a new template here that we're going to be testing out. This is the 27 to 17, I believe. I got this from Sniper Sling just this week. We're going to be going ahead and making a band set with that. And I may have to run downstairs and grab my other templates. I forgot to bring them up here. So let me see if I can get some help here. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can get somebody to bring them up for us so I don't have to leave. Oh, man. All right. We put up the bat signal. Let's see what we can do. All right. What have we got going on here? Well, if you're wondering actually how Adventure Time Outdoors came about, me and my son, we used to go out hiking and fishing when he was just young. I mean, he was like 3 or 4 years old. We used to head out, do some fishing on the riverbank in small lakes right by his school. We used to have a little trout lake. We used to go fishing there as well. Um, and anyway, basically, I had started my first YouTube channel, which was actually just my name. Um, Went out and started shooting little videos here and there about the survival stuff that I was into and whatnot. And then I started bringing my son just to get him outside and have him enjoy the outdoors. I mean, there's no better place for a kid, in my opinion. So we would go outside. We were looking at bugs and caterpillars and picking up, picking mushrooms and wild edibles and making things out of birch bark and anyway, all kinds of crazy stuff. And sure enough, my son started asking me, hey, Daddy, are we going to go on Adventure Time? Adventure Time, actually, he said. Adventure, yeah. So anyway, when I decided to make my YouTube channel, I started bringing my son with me, and I ended up starting a new channel called Adventure Time Outdoors. I did that for about 6, 7 years before I got into slingshots and whatnot, and I started basically doing those kind of videos. Oh, hold on.
Is it?
No, it looks like this.
Oh.
Yeah, it's stacked up against the wall. Yeah, so basically we ended up starting a YouTube channel called Adventure Time Outdoors, and that's where it all began. Sadly, though, it turns out that when I set up my YouTube channel, Adventure Time Outdoors, I set it up as a business. I set it up as a business account, and my channel grew to about 3,500 subscribers, and then it just stalled, never grew anymore. And YouTube wasn't promoting any of my videos. It was getting lost in the algorithm. I had 1 or 2 videos just they basically got to the 30,000 mark, and everything was getting flagged, and it just would not. I couldn't grow my channel. Every video I put up got flagged. Every single one of them. Oh no, no, not good for advertisement. Not good for this. Not good for that. And anyway, oh, here we go. Thank you, buddy. All right, now I got all my templates. Should be good to rock and roll here in a minute. Yeah. So anyway, I ended up making my first video on this channel. I decided to give it a try and start off all from scratch. I made that video with that slingshot that I got off of Amazon there. That one from China. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, that video. I posted it on this channel, and then I forgot about this one. I figured, I'll just keep on going with my channel. I don't want to give up. So I went back to the Adventure Time Outdoor ones, came back a year later, and that video had 80,000 views on it. 80,000 views was more than any 2 videos I've ever did on my other channel. And I didn't really put that much work into it. I just shot in my backyard, and the video went crazy. So I don't know. I ended up saying, you know what? I put in all that work. A little bit less glare. Is that better? I ended up putting in all that work on that other channel for nothing, really. And anyway, I decided to quit and quit doing that channel, and I came over to this one. And ever since then, we've been rocking and rolling and having a great time. Slingshot community is awesome. I'm going to be doing some more of those vids with some of the outdoor stuff too, with the overnighters and all that stuff. But COVID's kind of put a little dent in that. But we'll get back into that. Some ice fishing videos, hopefully some hunting videos this year or before the season ends anyway for small game, and it should be fun. What do we got going on here? No, you know what, Alex? I've noticed that too. For some reason, the HGH shoots slightly different than the Evo. The Evo, when I draw it, I usually either have to either kind of gap shoot, like aim a little bit higher to make it land on my shot, or I've got to, I either got to gap shoot or aim a little higher, or I have to lower my anchor point down to the corner of my mouth to shoot. This one doesn't seem to be the same with 0.8 bands. It shoots just like my 90 mil frames too. I've noticed the same thing, and that's why I'm leaning towards this one more than I am the Evo. All right, So I'm going to tilt you guys down. We're going to start slicing up these Celtic Caddy bands first. And we're going to check the max elongation. We've got the 0.8 here. We're going to be testing these guys out today. Well, we're going to be making the bands today. Maybe I'll get out and try a couple of shots at a can in the backyard and see if they shoot nice in this kind of cold. If they can handle this kind of cold, we'll see. But, yep, should be fun. So I'm going to tilt you guys down, and we'll take a look. And we're going to make some monstrous bands out of this 2717 template for the Celtic Caddy, and we're going to be shooting those when I test them out with the Crony and everything. We're going to be testing those out with the HGH. All right, I'll tilt you down here. Hey, Welsh Coast Angling, Stu. Glad you could join us, man. I'm glad you're joining the live frame. Must be better now that you don't get to see my ugly mug. Just get to see some rubber, which is always a good thing, eh? All right. We're gonna have to straighten this guy out a little bit first. I don't want to waste that much. Must have a damp spot on my, yeah, I do. That's why. All right, let's straighten this out. Oh, I think we got a flat spot. I'll have to cut another one off. Yeah, got a problem with my roller cutter here. Sorry about this, guys. But I don't want to be cutting bands and having them pop on me. So let's see if we can get this guy taken care of just a little bit. All right, let's give that a try now. There we go. Now we're in business. All right, now we got to cut a piece to test. So I'm going to do about a 1/2 centimeter. There we go. Yeah, that taper should be pretty quick. I was kind of wondering what size I should get for this this new frame. I didn't have anything that did tapers to be for larger forks. I think the maximum I had up until now was 25 millimeters, but these guys up to 27 should put some real stank on some heavy ammo. Yes, sir. There is a new blade needed, although the strop kind of gave it back a little bit of life. But after this video, I'll be changing that guy. I don't want to have to run downstairs again. Yeah, a face slap would really suck with those bands. I've eaten a 25-20 before though, and that was pretty bad. Cut a 25-20 right in the chompers. It's not a good time. Actually, I have it on video. I'll see if I can find it and attach it to the link later. So basically what I do when I'm testing my elongation is I draw a 1 centimeter, 2 lines 1 centimeter apart, and I'm going to get as close to it with my thumbs as possible, and then we're going to stretch it over these squares and count how many squares. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. Wow, he's got some good stretch. Yep, 6.5. So the max elongation of these Celtic Caddy 0.8s are 6.5. We should get some real nasty snap on these guys. All right, so just for fun, let's get some math going. My my draw length is 30 inches, so that's about it's a 76.2 centimeters, and we're going to divide that by 6.5, which gives us 6.5, and that means my active band length is going to have to be 11.7 centimeter. 11.7 centimeters. So we're going to call it 12 just to be on the safe side. So we're going to need an extra centimeter to attach it to the bands. And yeah, we're going to need an extra centimeter attachment to the bands. And because we have the 0.3 and we're going to be attaching it to this guy already, I think we're just going to leave it at 13. What did I say it was? 13. We'll leave it at 14 centimeters and we'll cut our bands off at that. So let's just go over that one more time to make sure we're making sense here. Yeah, so we'll call it 13 with 12, 13. No, we're going to do it 13. We're going to do it 13 centimeters. We got 11, 11.7. We'll call it 12, and we'll add an extra one. Call it 13. All right. So we've got 5, 10, 11, 12, and 13. There we go. Put that aside. Turn these this way. Now, when I had my template made, most of the bands that I enjoy shooting come out to be about 150 because it's usually times 6. That extra half, I'll have to figure it out to make it a little bit on the shorter side. But we'll just balance the distance between these two 150 lines, and we'll figure it out. Did I just screw up here? Hold on a second. 5, 10, 15. I did screw up. What the hell? 5, 10, 15. I thought that's a giant waste. I must have had it from this line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. All right. So this is going to be a band tying material because of my screw up. And now we are at 13 centimeters. All right. Let's get these guys all done here. All right. So we have actually, I didn't realize, I've got 130, 140, 150, the one that I like to do in the middle. And then we got 160 and 170. So it gives you a wide range of band sizes that you want to cut. At least now we got it set up right. So let's see how these guys go. I feel like my eyes are failing me today, guys. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. All right. Now this piece here I'm going to save for another length, but this should be oh man, this is going to be great. Okay. Now the pouches I'm going to be using, we're going to be shooting some, so these are 9.5 millimeter GZK pit locating pouches. I really like these pouches. They're probably one of my favorites. Pretty close to it anyway. Pretty close to one of my favorite pouches. Out of all the pit locating pouches and other ones I've tried, these and those ones from Warrior pouches are awesome. I love those Warrior Mongol pouches as well. But there's one real big benefit to these guys is with the pit locating pouches. When you put your steel in there, it's a really nice flat thing that's on there, and it adds for a really nice release instead of having that bump that's gonna kind of like flick off of your bone. Hey, check the steel. What's up? How you doing? Do I enjoy shooting full butterfly? I think I've got a couple of videos of me shooting full butterfly. I really like shooting it with the Ocularis for some reason. It's a lot of fun. All right, those templates. If you don't have any lying around, picking them up, or if you're using a device like this, these are pretty good. You can get some nice bands out of them. But these ones are absolutely identical. They're these kind of templates are freaking awesome. I've got a whole bunch of them too. I've got the 27 to 17, which is brand new. Just got this one not too long ago. I have this one's 24 to 12. Gets lots of use. This is one of the ones that I bought off of AliExpress, and you can see here I've had to repair it because it arrived broken. And the guy's like, "Oh, it arrived broken. How about I give you $5 back when the thing cost me like 25 or 30 bucks?" And I'm like, "No. How about you send me my money back and we'll call it good." This one I got from Caddyshack. Showed up real great shape. This is a 25-20. This one here is a 24-18. Another nice one. This one's a 25-15. Another one of my my well-used band templates. I like that that taper a lot. What do we got here? Oh, this one's a 25. Wait a minute. This is 24-18. Well, it appears somehow I have two 25-20s. So I think one of these I got from Caddyshack, and the other one I think I got. No, they're both from the same company. What the hell's going on here? Somehow I wound up with two of the same, and that's kind of freaky. And then I got this guy here. This one's the 18 to 12, which is another one I use for all my smaller frames. Well, it's a good thing I did this video. I had no idea I had two of the same. Maybe I'll put that one into a giveaway one day. I really have no idea how I got them both the same. It's crazy. Yeah, as for these guys, when you're cutting with the templates, everything is laser precision cut. So you're basically following these lines, and it's kind of impossible to screw up your band sizes unless the template shifts on you. But put your fingers down good and solid, and you're cutting back and forth. Not a problem at all. All right, so let's get these guys all set up and prepared. Now, what I like to do is I like to draw the line 1 centimeter from where I'm going to attach my pouch. And then we're going to pull this guy through. So for this band set, we're going to be shooting OTT. Now, to save any tearing or whatever, when I'm pulling my pouch through the hole is kind of small, and we are shooting really thick bands here. These are 0.8. I like to stretch the bands out first before I start sliding the pouch around, and then once I've gotten my pouch right on top of that line that I drew. I'm very picky about this. Then we're pretty good. So I'll just fold it over. Give it a little tug, make sure everything's in line. And then we'll clamp it down. There we go. So we're pretty secure. Let's see if we can turn that up a little bit. Now for actual pouch longevity, what I like to do is I don't like to use this because you can see how far that pulls away. It's like a pretty great distance. It's like an 1.25 inches it stretches the bands. I find that's too much, and I think it actually it causes issue with the bands. Here I'm pulling about 3/4 inch, and it's enough stretch to keep it from popping or breaking on me. So, and it doesn't put any extra stretch or too much stretch on the bands, so you're not over stretching them while you're tying them up. And as long as you tie up your bands and your ribbon or whatever you call this stuff, this belt, nice and tight, you don't really have to worry about it either cutting into the bands too much because you've had them stretched too far, or breaking. It just makes the bands last longer at the pouch end. There we go. Get our trusty knife out here. There we go. Beautiful. This is my Rough Rider Tobacco Road sow belly. This is the pocket knife I carry every single day. I actually carry multiple knives because I'm a bit of a freak like that, but this thing's an awesome little beauty of a pocket knife. I love it. Great for small game hunters too. You've got nice clip point on there. Another smaller one for smaller stuff, but it's really controllable having it in your hand. And it gives you a nice angle too if you're trying to open up a belly. Pretty cool. But it also has this one here too. I can't remember what they call these kind of blades, but it's one of those little castration blades or whatever they're called. But cool thing is that it won't cut you on this end. So you could slide this along the guts and not have to worry about it slicing up any intestine or anything. But the top of this with that little belly on there is really sharp. Yeah, I got to tell you, man, go get some of those templates. They're really, really worth it. Your bands come out absolutely perfect, and there's no issue. What's my favorite taper for 7/16 steel? Sean, I'm glad those vids are helping you out. I'm in Quebec in Canada, although my my English is strong. Yeah, I'm one of those Anglos living in Quebec, but yep, that's where I'm from. All right, we'll get the second guy done, and that'll be a band set ready to rock and roll. I may try to brave the minus 30-degree weather today and head on out. There you see. Hopefully you guys are catching this. See how that line's just a little bit off to the off to my left side? Well, give it a little stretch, slide that guy down. Now we're right on, the pouch is right on top of it. So we'll fold that over, give it a little tug, lock everything down. And I hook it up into the little middle hole of that pouch. Works great. Now, as for the wraps, I know a lot of people. Oh shit! I know a lot of people do. Some people do 3, some people do 4, some people do 5. For the amount of weight of this stuff and how cheap it is, I tend to do 6 wraps all the time. I don't know, it's just a cool number. I'm comfortable with it. Seems to work for me. So 6 wraps, whether I'm doing 0.8 or 0.5, really doesn't make a difference to me. But yeah, that's what I do. 6 wraps. This thing's like a razor blade. So now, basically what we have is a perfectly made, perfect length band set. Man, these really feel, they feel zippy. Can't wait to get some shots on these things. I may actually sneak out today and just take a couple of shots with these guys on a can or something, and maybe put together a quick short or something. Might be fun. There's one. There's two. All right. So there's the Celtic Caddy 0.8 ready to go. Can't wait to try these out. All right. So I think the next one we're going to make is going to be the Shishu 0.85. And I think we're going to have to go ahead and test the elongation and everything on these guys. But let's catch up on some of these comments here. Oh. Hey, from Washington. How's it going, man? Coast, is that right? 20 degrees Fahrenheit here in Ohio, USA. Wow. So I guess you guys are pretty close to maybe a little bit warmer than we are, but still, it's not so bad. 26 degrees. Yeah, we're rocking the. It's pretty damn cold. It's like minus 33 here, minus 29 regular weather, minus 33 with the wind chill. We're supposed to hit in the end of all this mess. We're supposed to hit something like minus 40 with the wind. It's gonna be nasty. You do 6 too? Yeah, hand slap really sucks in the cold. That's why I think we're gonna dress this guy up in some Shishu and see how these guys go. I haven't tried these at all yet. I have no experience with Shishu. I've heard a bunch of people talk about them like they are the holy grail of heavy bands. I guess we'll find that out. All right, we're gonna have to straighten this guy out too. It seems to be cut crooked a little bit. Yeah. All right. I'll tilt you guys back down again. Yeah, I used to be a big fan of GZK Green. They were a really good band in the beginning when I first started shooting them. They had a nice elongation, really, really stretchy. They were really stretchy, but they it seemed like they changed the recipe of them because the next batch that I got at 0.5, it used to stretch. I think it was like a 7 to 7 times, if I remember correctly. And anyway, the next batch that I got only stretched by 5 times, and it was not good at all. I mean, the draw was really, really heavy. It was not comfortable at all. I had a lot of problems with it, and I ended up having them start doing random snapping on me. It was kind of making me mad. Hey, New England Tally Home, off grid. How's it going? Yeah, minus 8 Fahrenheit will do it. Hey, that's some cold stuff right there. All right, same kind of gig. Let's see how these Shishu do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 it is. Check that one more time. Make sure my eyes aren't bugging. Yep, 6 times. So we got elongation of 6 with the Shishu 0.85. Now I don't know what they recommend with these guys. Let's get our math going here. Yeah, 13. Huh? 76.2 divided by 6 gives us 13. 12.7, so we'll call it 13, 14, 15. These are not going to be a bands to be testing for this OTT model here. We're basically just going to be cutting these guys up. And we're going to need a little bit of extra to attach them to the fork here. So we'll call it a 15, but really it's probably somewhere around 4.5 centimeters, 14.5 centimeters. Should give us a little bit of extra, which is going to help with the longevity of the band anyway. And this is not for testing. This is just for my pleasure. All right. So, all right, now I can't really remember what size. I think these are solid 25 tips. So let's do the 25-15 on these guys. Here we are. Hey, how awesome would that be, eh? If we had a little slingshot league going on, everyone just hung out, drank a couple of pops, shot some stuff. I'm in. New England tiny home off grid. You're from New Hampshire. That's the NH, I imagine. I love New Hampshire. Spent a while there, quite a while ago, but it's been a couple of years since I've been there. But it was really, really nice. I love New Hampshire. It was great. We went out to go on vacation, and ended up spending some. We went to Maine on vacation, and we ended up going to New Hampshire. We ended up spending most of our time in New Hampshire. Had a great time there. People are really nice. $22 acres. Oh man, that's like a dream for me. I wish I owned some property. Twisted Customs, I'm glad you enjoyed the channel, man. And I'm glad you popped in. Stop in, say hi anytime you want, man. Any of you guys tried the Shishu 0.85? I've heard some people talk about these things like crazy, but then I've heard some other people that they were just like, nah, not so impressed. What's your take on it? If any of you guys have tried it. Me being a sniper sling and a simple shot guy, it's kind of hard to compare bands to those, even though you know how well they shoot. It's kind of tough. Even GZK Orange, I'm a big fan of that band. I still have a bunch of it from an old purchase. I really, really like them, and I decided to keep them going for a while. And I bought a bunch of it, and I still shoot it from time to time. They're still great bands, and they're amazing in the cold. All right, let's get up a little bit here. So I've got this idea that I want to see if I can get put together. I got to look around and see if I can find somebody that can make them for me. make them look pretty good. And I'll have to get some kind of metal punch done. But I got an idea for those guys that like to bust cans. I've got a cool setup that you can pop cans in and out of, and attach this thing to a string, so there's no messing or mucking around while you're setting things up. And I think it would be something cool that could be sold for just a couple of bucks, and people can buy one or two of them, and then set up targets, random targets with these things. And when your can gets all busted and chewed up, you can slide it out, pop in a new one, and you're ready to go. So I'm gonna see if I can make a couple of I want to call them prototypes or whatever, and then see if I can have some made, see if we can get some sold. Might be cool. Might be cool. And if it's something I can make myself, maybe I'll just make them myself and sell a couple here and there. But I know a lot of people in the slingshot world like busting cans, and I think all of us do it actually. It would be cool to do a little tool that we can carry with us and set them up and do some shooting that way. Yeah, these bands, I like the look of those white bands. They look really good on dark frames. Even the green one too. You'll see when I set it up on the Crazy Power Mini, it's gonna look fantastic. I lost count. Had a little trouble with that one. All right, should be good enough. Are all you guys getting out doing some shooting today? All right. We got a nice little Shishu band set all done up here. I cut off those ears and we're ready to go. There we go. Now there's one more step for these ones I got to do before I hook them up to my frame here. We're going to do a little line about 3/4 of a centimeter. There we go. There's one. All right. Now for the attachment of this guy, we're going to need a little bit of tube. Let's cut 2 of these. One. There's 2. Oh man, I was supposed to do an OTT band set and I did a TTF. Shit. All right, let's do another one. Appears I'm having some trouble concentrating today, guys. Background, you're making bands too, buddy? 0.6 sniper sling, TheraBand Gold. How do you like those TheraBand Gold? I have some here, and I don't understand the dedication to these bands. I understand that they're a lot of them are, it's kind of like nostalgic at this point, but I never really tested the speeds of them. But when I got out and actually did some shooting with them, the speeds didn't really compare to anything. Like they were really slow, really slow in comparison to say Sniper Sling 0.5 or something. And those bands are like way thicker, and I don't know. Even Sniper Sling 0.5 shooting, Sniper Sling Black 0.5 shooting 11 mil steel was still shooting faster than than the TheraBand Gold was by a lot. Yeah, Simple Shot makes some good bands. You know what? The 0.4 bands of whatever brand you decide to choose. I find them actually probably my go-to when I'm shooting clays. When you're shooting clays, I find the let's see if I can shut my yap here for a second and get this done right here. Yeah, when I'm shooting clays, I find the 0.4s or 0.45s are fantastic for those. Anything above that for the regular size clays, I find you end up having all kinds of issues. In case anybody was wondering how I screwed up with the TTF bands, I like to do a triple fold. I think most people do it that way, and these ones I made for an OTT band set. So anyway, we'll wrap this guy up properly and get this band set made, and hopefully I won't be screwing up anymore today. GZK, Digital Zero. GZK makes some great bands. I really do like them. I'm not a fan of the green. I was a big fan of the green, but I found that the recipe had changed a couple of times, and I couldn't really get consistency from roll to roll, and I started getting some weird, awkward breaks from them and whatnot. I don't know if they went through a rough patch over GZK with those bands or not, but if I'm buying GZK, I prefer the orange, and I have a lot of orange at home. They're great bands. I don't like their black bands either. I find the draw is kind of stiff and nasty. Although on the 0.5 bands, the draw on them is very, very stretchy. It's kind of weird. They don't seem to be consistent from size to size. But the GZK Orange are definitely my favorite bands from GZK. If we're talking complete, the complete go around, you know, like the draw, the speed, all that stuff. I've got a review actually of a GZK Orange on my channel. Great bands. And fast. I agree with you, buddy. I think anybody who likes to get out and do some shooting, also like the whole bushcraft and survival thing too. I think it's a big thing. I was into that for years. Actually, I still am. One of my favorite things to do when I have some time is to head on out, do some outdoor cooking, get some shooting practice and that kind of thing, and cook great meals outdoors. I've done that over and over and over again many times. Actually, if you guys would like to see some of those vids, I'll definitely do it. I've got some plans doing some catch and cook videos with some while I'm ice fishing this year, so it should be fun. And if everything works out all right and the weather isn't as insane as it has been so far, I will be doing an overnighter on the ice too. Should be fun. Should be fun getting my Canadian on, you know. All right, there we go. Now, some people are going to look at these bands and they're going to be like, "Hey, dude, you did them backwards." And well, maybe to you guys, but this is how I like to do them. I do my fold on the outside, but I like the cup on the inside. I find for me, it gives me a nicer stretch on the way down. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but that's how I do it. So that's that. Now let's get this guy all set up here. Oh yeah. Let's get this here. Just about. There we go. All right. Actually, we have a buddy of mine has a nice chunk of land up north, and I've done a lot of camping, winter camping there, not winter camping, summer camping there, hammock camping, that kind of thing. And we set up trail cameras all over the place on that property. And actually, I have another trail camera heading on up there tonight. My buddy's going back up to his cottage, and he's going to be doing some some checking out, and should be pretty cool. Basically, what he's going to be doing is we have trail cameras put up all over the place there, and there's lots of wildlife. There's bear, moose. There's bear, moose, fishers, coyotes, wolves. Just about every little critter you can imagine lives up there. And I'll bring it back down while I'm yapping. Yeah, every little critter lives up there that you can imagine. Pretty much lives up there, and we've actually had a couple of encounters with bears eating our trail cameras. Ah, there we go. Yeah, we've had a couple of bears eat our trail cameras up there and knock it right off the tree and chewed it. And you can actually see the inside of the stupid thing's mouth while he's just chomping away, having a good old time at our expense. But I think the next time I go and do an overnighter or I head on out there again, I'll attach some of those wildlife videos to it so you can see what's kind of hanging out in the area. I know we've had a couple of people ask us. We've had a couple of people ask us, like, "Oh, you don't go out there with a gun or anything like that." And to be honest, the only thing that really scares me up there are the ticks. I don't really care much about the bears, or maybe I'm bumping into a moose at nighttime would be a little bit more scary than anything. But for the most part, bears just avoid you at all costs. Wow, these bands really don't want to go in there. There we go. That thing gave me some trouble, boy. Let me tell you. All right. So basically what I do is I give these guys a little stretch and give it a cut. And I'll give you a look at how this looks like after I've done it. Without cutting my fingers off with this thing. All right. You can see, nice and clean. Yep, we're good. So you can actually get a nice little view down that dimp. It's going to be fun. We'll have to bust a can with this thing anytime now. Should be fun. Cool thing about this frame too is if you don't like using that tube attachment, you can always do a wrap and tuck on there too, and it'll hold on to there just fine. So lots of choices with this guy. All right, where were we here? Yeah, I agree with Chuck and Steele. Simple Shot is probably the probably my favorite band out there for cold weather. Typically, I shoot point 0.5. Um, typically, I shoot point 0.5, and when it gets really really cold, I just go up to point 0.6, and it's fine. I used to do the same thing with precise 0.65 back in the day when I used to shoot that all the time, and then I just bumped it up to. I never even needed to bump it up with precise 0.65. I tried the anti, but I'm not a fan. You know what, Chuckin? Uh, I know a lot of people are always talking about hunting with heavier bands, like Shishu point 0.8 and all that stuff. And I know that the simple the not simple shot, but the sniper sling black I had shooting at 265 feet per second on a short draw with 9.5 mil steel on point 0.5 bands. Now, if you can't take out game like rabbits and squirrels with that, I don't know. 326 feet per second with sniper sling black, um, with point 0.8 steel or 0.8 millimeter steel. Sorry, with 8 millimeter steel. I mean, headshots with that's going to take them out, guaranteed. So I don't know if we're talking about just hitting the whole animal. I really don't think it. Maybe the larger bands will make much of a difference, but on a smaller game, if you're hitting headshots with 8 mil steel and you're getting that kind of speeds with your bands, the simple shot I tested, I think I was getting around 315 feet per second with point 0.5. That's more than enough speed with a point 0.8 with an 8 millimeter steel or 5/16 to drop a critter. That's for sure. And you shooting that long draw, I mean, man, that should be problem solved. New England, what do you want to see videoed? Well, there's two schools of thought on all this hunting stuff. I mean, regardless of what tool you use, whether it be a bow, whether you use a rifle, or whether you use a slingshot. I mean, shot placement. People go for shot placement, or people just go for crazy power. A lot of times, this makes a difference. I mean, I have an Inuit friend that's killed this shot deer with a 22. So and dropped them right in through the ear. So I don't know what to say. So really, it comes down to shot placement. So if you're good enough to be hitting squirrels in the head from 20 meters, and you've got a 8 mil steel that's traveling 300 feet per second, I don't see there being a problem with it. Yeah. Yeah, you know what, man? It really comes down to shot placement. I mean, I don't think it would be ethical to go and put 100 shots of 22 into a deer, but if you can drop it in one or two, and you're popping them in the head, or even neck shots probably would be enough. But I don't know. Yeah, absolutely, Chuck, and especially you with that long draw of yours. You're smoking those things at 9.5 steel. That thing's screaming out of those forks. You got to come to Canada. We got lots of bears here, lots and lots of them. From what I hear, though, I heard New Jersey's got a ton of bears over there. I think they're like the bear capital of the United States. I don't know, maybe somebody knows, but I've heard that New Jersey's like full of bears. Any truth to that, you think? Ow. Let's get this thing out of the way. I keep getting stabbed with it. And I've used up all my pouches. Yeah, that's all of them. All right, so I don't know what we're going to put this guy on. It's going to be too big for this. Yeah. All right, we'll have to end up putting these guys on my Titan Hunter and see how these guys go. But these will fit on there fine. And we got this guy, but I left my torque downstairs, so I can't change them and put them on. But we do have this guy prepared. And let me tell you, the Shishu feels pretty nice. Pretty heavy. Well, not too heavy, actually, considering the 0.85. I don't know. Should be fun. I'll have to get some shooting done with this thing. It's been a while since I shot TTF. I ended up having my Hammer Pro. I was out shooting some TTF, doing great. And then all of a sudden, I just got a new handle put onto it. And I started getting tired and I started dropping my elbow. So I was speed bumping my ball. And sure enough, the ball came off and right off the top of the handle, and I broke another handle. I got so pissed off, I just threw that thing away, and I haven't shot TTF since. It's pretty bad, but anyway, I got to get some practice on that again. All right, take care, Chuck and Steel. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. It's pretty cool, actually. We used to over in BC. I think they've made it illegal now to hunt grizzly. I think it's only able to hunt black bear now. I'm not sure the rules, but I heard that they were trying to make it illegal to hunt grizzlies now. Now these things are freaking everywhere, and anyway, kind of crazy. I think a lot of people don't understand how the conservation works. When you have too many predators overrunning, and they end up just eating each other, and then the grizzlies get pissed off because there's not enough food. They start eating black bears and all kinds of stuff, and getting into farmers' fields and eating their cows. And anyway, we're having all kinds of problems over there, and nobody can seem to agree on everything. And anyway, it is what it is. When you got a predator that size, there's nothing else that's going to take it away except for a disease. And then when the numbers get up too high, well, that's what's going to end up happening. So then they're going to be, oh no, what are we going to do? You know? Yeah, tons of black bear. And I know a lot of people, they freak out, but I mean, I've done many hikes, many overnighters in a hammock without a gun. All I use is bear spray and tweezers to pull the ticks off me, and that's about it. And 99% of the time, more than 99.9% of the time, you barely ever see a bear in the woods. You start walking around in there, hiking, doing your thing, making your noise, being people, and they're long gone before you ever get anywhere near them. No, grizzly bears are like close to double the size of a black bear. Grizzlies are huge. They're real huge, and they're much more aggressive too. Much smaller. Yeah, Twisted's got it right. Much smaller than a grizzly. Yeah, gators kind of freaked me out. I was down in Florida when I was a kid, and we were on our way to with that NASA place there. It's over there. We're gonna go check out the stuff that was there. And while we were on our way up along the water there, we saw some gators lying down on the ground, catching some sun, and I was kind of shocked at how big they were. It was freaky. Cape Canaveral, I think the place was called. Yeah, all I carry is bear spray. I've never actually used it. I've had it, actually, probably the one I have now. I've had it so long it's expired, but anyway. Yep. when you're out in the Canadian wilderness, the two worst things that you can encounter are ticks and black flies. The black flies swarm you. Actually, I have an overnight video somewhere where the black flies weren't biting, but there were so many of them, and they were bouncing off my tarp on my hammock. It sounded like it was raining. I said to my buddy, "Hey, this started to rain," because I was under my tarp. And then I actually pan up with the thing, and you can see the little black flies just bouncing off the top of the tarp. There were so many of them. It's crazy. Will a slingshot deter a bear attack? It'll probably piss it off and make it eat you. Yep. Yelling, making yourself big. Try not to make eye contact, but keep your facing its direction. That's pretty much the go-to when you bump into bears. Especially if you bump into a male near a sow, or a mom, or a sow near a cub. Try not to do too much eye contact. That is basically a challenge. So just kind of face it, but not look directly at it. Walk away, talk calmly to it, make yourself look big. That's about it. Nope, I don't have a sling bow, but I do have two bows, actual bows. I've got a Samick Sage recurve, and I have a diamond archery compound, which I just got around Christmas time, and I have to sight that in. But the my club is closed due to COVID, so I'm hoping I can get some of those vids up pretty soon and have some fun. Nope. Bear spray is made out of capsaicin oils, which is basically they take some of the hottest peppers in the world, they make an extract of it, put it in an aerosol can along with some other shit, and when you spray that stuff, um, it's basically like inhaling Carolina Reaper, but you really want to make sure that the wind is blowing in the right direction, because any of that mist that gets back on your skin is going to burn your skin, your face, your respiratory system. You're going to be in a world of hurt. You probably wish that the bear ate you. Nope, definitely can't outrun a bear. They look big, fat, and slow, but they are the Usain Bolts of the forest. They're really damn fast, really damn athletic. They'll climb up trees real quick. They're legit. They're legit critters, man. I know they look cute and cuddly, just like how they make turtles seem. Turtles are cute and cuddly, but they'll bite your freaking fingers off. So, yeah, bears are no joke, man. Yeah, well, shooting anything in the personals, the personals with a slingshot will deter anything, I think. Oh, very true. Yeah, Tim Henry. If you're looking for if you're looking for a hammock, I've tried a few. I've had the hammock Roo. I've had the I've had the what's it called? Skeeter Beater Pro. But the one that I hang out in the most now is the Hemlock Mountain Outdoors Coyote Pack X. By far the best hammock and money for value for your money there is out there. Check out Hemlock Mountain Outdoors. They make amazing hammocks with a wide range of stuff. If you prefer, if some people live in an environment where they don't need the mosquito net. I absolutely need the mosquito net. From early spring right to late fall, we got mosquitoes. All the way up until, say, August, mid-August, they ravage you. June, early July, it's almost insane not to wear a mesh over your head. But Hemlock Mountain Outdoors makes amazing hammocks, and that's why I like it, because you can unzip that bug net and slide it all the way to the front of the thing, and it stays up inside with this little toggle thing he has. Super comfortable. It's got whoopee slings attached to the end, so you can really tinker and adjust your hang. It's got a ridge line with an organizer. You can keep your bear spray, your knife, your cell phone. whatever you need to carry in there. I don't recommend snacks because you don't want to look like a giant hanging piece of meat. But let me tell you, mountain outdoors is the go-to for hammocks for me. Best bang for your buck. Are you serious? You lost toes to a snapping turtle? Twisted, absolutely right. It's actually kind of funny. I've actually been bit by mice in the woods before, of all things. I did a video a while back where I did a an overnighter in a hunter's camp. Me and my buddy were just hiking around looking for a place to go camping, and we found this place that was just riddled with trash. And I couldn't I couldn't let myself just leave it there. So we picked up all the garbage that was burnable and we burnt it. There was so much of it. It was unbelievable. It took us like 2 or 3 hours to scoop up all this crap and just burn that stuff. Now with the cans and the bottles and all the unburnable stuff, they had like a big garbage can that was there that they just left there, chained to a tree. And anyway, we ended up picking up all that stuff, throwing away all the bottles and the stuff but all the extra food and the crap that they left all over the place. We cleaned all that up. We burnt it all. And that night, just as the sun went down and it got dark, like when it gets dark, you can hear the forest come alive. All of a sudden, you hear all over the place. Everything's just moving. And for those of you guys who have spent a lot of times in some real wilderness at nighttime, you don't usually see animals all that often, especially in real wilderness where they're not used to people. They avoid you pretty much at all costs. When you're on trails or national parks or whatever, there's people around all the time, so they get a little bit more ballsy. But when you're in the real wilderness, they don't hang around much. But the mice, man, I had this stupid mouse. I'm not sure actually if it bit me or if it just scratched the hell out of me, but it felt like a bite. They started running, and this mouse came jumping right over the fire, bounced off the rock, and just bounced off my leg and made me bleed. I ended up having to clean it up real quick and bring up the thing, but the mice were everywhere. They always come alive right around that time. It's pretty cool. You end up seeing the mice calm down real quick once you hear the barred owl start howling. Doing that woo, woo thing. They all, that's it. Once the owls start making noise, the mice quiet right down. It's pretty cool. Oh, I bet, man. He's sitting there chomping on your toes. That's just that's just crazy. That's just crazy. I've never heard anything like that before. I think hunting season for snappers would be on after that. Oh man, it would be awesome to do the run on the Appalachian Trail. I've been watching me and my wife, we watch Northwoods Law all the time, and sometimes they pop in there for missing hikers and stuff. But I've followed a few people on YouTube too and checked it out. What a beautiful area, man! I'd love to get down there one time. Yeah, the worst thing I find out there that's gonna chew up and damage your gear, especially when you're in the backcountry, is mice and raccoons. Um, even when I'm in like a local place or whatever it is, I always hang my food, and that's only because I don't want raccoons or mice getting into my bag or chewing holes in my backpack. It's happened to me once before, and it pissed me off so much. I did on my old channel. I ended up getting an Alice pack, and I did some mods on it. I attached Molly harness to it, made it much more comfortable and much more easy on the back. I changed all the buckles that were on the thing. The original buckles had these really really firm webbing, but it had these like buckles you actually had to slide through, and I didn't like those. It just took too long to get in and out of the pack. Once it was really tight, it was really hard to open. So I ended up taking all the quick connect buckles from an old backpack and modified them onto the Alice pack, and the two big straps that came over the top that passed in between the three pouches in the back. I ended up having quick connects in there so you get in and out of your pack fast. All the pockets I changed. Had them all set up. Everything was great. Did 2 or 3 overnighters with that backpack, and then sure enough, these I just left it kind of low, hung on a tree, and a bunch of mice just chewed a hole right through the bottom of my pack to get at something that smelled good, even though I didn't have any food in my pack. Yeah, we got some gangster raccoons too, especially at my work. We're constantly trapping them and relocating them at my work because they we got a lot of construction going on. So when they climb in there, they're making homes in the walls and all kinds of stuff, and they just walk right up on you and give you the stink eye. They're like ready to go, trying to get in your garbage right in front of you. They don't care at all. City raccoons are real gangsters. Hey, take care, Stu. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. The Ursac Major. I don't know what that is. I'll have to check into that. I think the backpack that I carry now, for the most part, is the. Oh, wait a minute. Is that it's like a Kevlar bag that you tie around the bottom of a tree? Is that the thing we're talking about? Or you can actually hang it to it. Imagine. Is that the same pack you're talking about? And nothing can really get into there. No critters, no bears, no nothing. I've actually heard a couple of schools of thought. For many years, I was hanging my food up in the trees. Um, but I had this old hunter friend of mine told me that doing that can actually call in bears from God knows where, because they're up in a tree, and if it's a little bit windy, it'll take your smell farther, and it'll bring in the critters. So he actually swears by keeping the food down farther away from your camp, but in either in a bear barrel or something like that. But the bear barrels aren't really comfortable to carry. But I've heard about these. If it's the same thing. Yeah. Okay, it is the Kevlar bear bag thing I'm talking about. I think I've seen Robinette use it. Yeah, they look pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the canisters either. Those bear bags and stuff, I don't like them. I've been using whenever I'm out in the backcountry. I always take what do you call those? Like a dry bag. It's like a waterproof bag or whatever it is. I roll it down tight, put all my food, my dishes, my all the smelly stuff, toothbrush. Um, don't usually bring deodorant into the woods, but um, anyway, anything that may have a scent of food or any kind of scent with it, any oils or fuels that I might use for a stove or anything like that goes into the bag and then up in a tree. That's what I tend to use to keep all the smells in. Yeah, I should probably actually consider getting one of those things. Quick question, Twisted. Those Ursacks, are they lined with a plastic inside or a big Ziploc bag or anything where you could seal the scent in, or at least reduce some of the scent? Martina, how you doing? For any of you guys wondering what we're up to today, they're just joining in. I hang up to 500 meters from the camp. Yeah, I don't get an opportunity to get out to grizzly country at all. So, but most of the time I'm in black bear country when I'm out here. So the I just wrap them up into a dry bag and hang them up in a tree. But I usually go at least 50 to 100 meters from my camp, from where I'm hiking. That's usually my go-to. At what temperature do bands become affected? We don't really get cold weather down here. Well, it depends on the band, really. Some of them, the colder it gets, they tend to slow down. All bands do. Uh, but at to what level? I don't know. The other day, I was outside testing out some. Actually, these bands right here, the 100. These are 100% 0.80. .8 bands. And I was out shooting these guys, chasing some cans in the backyard in minus 24-degree weather, shooting 11 mil steel, and they hung in there pretty well. I was impressed. That kind of cold, man. I think it was minus 15, but minus 24 at the wind chill. But still, it handled that temperature real well. But shooting sniper sling yellow, anything over minus 10, you're considerably slowing down. They're great summer bands, but not the best for winter. So usually in wintertime, if I'm shooting, I'll shoot the sniper sling black. They shoot a little bit better in wintertime, or I go with simple shot. Simple shot's an absolute monster in cold weather. Yeah, there's some truth in what you're saying there. No such thing as waterproof. We'll call it water resistant and scent resistant, really. I mean, even in one of those Ziploc, even those vacuum sealed food bags, you wrap it up in plastic, you vacuum seal it. They work pretty good, but I mean, my dog would still sniff those out. So a bear's got like 30 times better smell, nose than a dog does. So anyway, I think your best bet is just reducing the smell than hoping that it's going to be completely scentless. That's impossible. Well, I just dolled up a set of a set of Celtic Caddy bands 0.8. We're probably going to see if I can get out and try some shooting with this today. We've got them tapered from 27 down to 17, and we're going to be putting them on this bad boy. I probably won't be able to get more than 5 or 6 shots in this cold before my hand freezes, but it should be pardon me. Yeah. I actually can't wait to get out and do some mushroom hunting this year. I got to get this with this winter over with. First snow out this year will be my fiddleheads. Be hunting, picking up some fiddleheads, and then not too long after that, once May rolls around, we start looking for morels, and then once morels are over, then it's on. Things start popping up all over. So it's going to be hopefully it'll be a good mushroom year this year. So if any of you guys are wondering what we were up to today, we got some 0.85 Shishu in the mail from Caddyshack Catapults. We're going to be shooting those and testing those out pretty soon. This is just for fun. I'm not a TTF shooter, and I usually shoot it pretty shit, so I probably won't do any videos with it. With this guy, these are not set up for a max elongation or speed, but I did make these bands out, and maybe I'll put these on my Titan Hunter or one of my other frames that can take a 24, a 25 to a 15 taper, and we'll get up and shoot those guys on one of those frames. Like I said, we made these guys for Celtic Caddy. We're going to test those out on these. We'll also be testing these bands out. These are set up to a max elongation. And these are 100% 0.8. We'll get some shooting done with those and some testing. And hopefully, pretty soon, I'll be able to get out and test this Hyper Hunter from Prime 4 Catapults. I have some, I think this is 0.7 sniper sling that's on here. These are some pretty serious bands. They shoot pretty fast, and we'll see how they do in the cold once we get them out there. Should be fun. Hey, thanks for stopping in there, Twisted. Anytime, man. I like chatting those outdoor stuff. It's always fun. Yeah, so it should be pretty cool. We'll see if we can get some testing done. Probably not today because it's absolutely freezing out there, but maybe tomorrow. What do I think of the torque? Well, I have the torque. Things I like about it is that you can put on really, really big band sets. So I think the fork tips, if I'm not correct, if I'm not wrong, is 30 millimeters. I think you can put a 30 millimeter band set on there. It feels durable. It feels a little bit weird in the hand. I find that the offset handle may be a little bit too high for how I like to shoot. And the fork width is a little bit wide for me. But all that isn't a knock on the frame, because that comes down to personal preference for anybody. As for the build quality of it, I don't think you'll ever be able to break that frame. But when I shoot the Torque, I shoot it with a wrap and tuck, only because I don't find the clips on there I don't find them all that great. I know I had a bit of an argument. I basically said that they sucked, and I got a little heat from the boys at Simple Shot on that, and I was just like, look, I love this. I love the Scout LT. It's one of the best frames I've ever shot. But I don't like the clips that come on the Torque. I find when you're tightening them down, they always seem to rock back and forth, like there's too much play in the groove. And when I put my bands on, I'm really picky about it. I want to make sure that they're absolutely even. So if I have one that's kind of cocked like this and one straight, it'll bug me, and it actually throws off my shooting just because it's there. Mr. McDee's, what's up? Yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with the Torque. If I had to pick any slingshot from Simple Shot, it absolutely is the Scout LT. I think that's one of the best slingshots ever made. But the Torque, I'm not too big on. Yep, shot place does change depending on your fork width. If you're using the exact same anchor point, wherever it may be on your face. I actually have a video on that I just did just recently, and basically show the effects of a frame that shoots point on for me versus a frame that's shorter or taller, and we're only talking about 5 millimeters on either direction, and then I have one that's way bigger, and I show the difference between all those, and it's quite a big difference. Hey Martina, what do you think about the Torque? Yeah, the clips on the Torque, they're just not there for me. But the clips on the Scout LT are fantastic. Once you put those on, they lock them on. They add a lot of weight to absorb any recoil. There's a lot of things going for them. But I think they could have either slightly changed the design of the fork tips on the Torque and made the clips fit a little bit better instead of having all that slop, or even maybe making that hole where you're able to put the tubes in, make that hole a little bit tighter so it didn't rock around and wobble around too much. I think it would have made a difference. No, I have the 0.8. I have 0.8 Great White, and I've got 0.85 Shishu here, but I don't have the 0.85 Great White. I've got some on the way with 11 millimeter leads. A little change from hunting with 8 millimeter steel. Where do you find the leads from? Where can you buy those? I'd like to give them a try. Actually, if I was going to find the perfect hunting setup for me, I think I would shoot. I think I would shoot 9 millimeter lead, even 8 millimeter lead. It probably still have the speed. I don't know if it would have the speed because it's heavier, but it would definitely hit much harder, but still have the ability to have a cleaner release with a smaller projectile for me. I think I would like that. Yeah, I bet they're quite expensive. I was looking for a mold to see if I can make some myself at home, but I think just the setup for that would be a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, definitely for the size and weight, I think lead is definitely the way to go. All right, guys, I got a question for you. Now, in these comments here, I've had some guy pop in and do that VU capital R dot FYI a whole bunch of times on these things. I get these things on almost all my videos. Now, are these guys just spammers, or what's the deal? Or am I missing some kind of code here, or I don't know. Someone clear this up on me here. If I check all these, through the comments here, I think there's about 10 or 15 of these things so far today. Anybody know what that's about? I got to tell you, the Shishu, it's got a funny little stink to it. Oh, here's another one, VUN rent. They are bots, spam bot. Yeah, I figured that much too. Yeah, maybe I got to get some ad block going on because these guys are starting to drive me nuts. I see them coming up. I usually end up blocking them, but I don't know. I think it's just some kind of trap to get people to hit the link or something. Yep, absolutely, Connor. When I did the switch from 9.5 to 8 mil steel, my shots were going higher too. It's because it's a lighter projectile and you get less arc. When I was shooting the 9.5, you could actually see the ball kind of doing this when it was hitting the target, and the 8 mil steel kind of shoots more straight. So it's actually your point on, if you understand what I mean. Like if we're going to be shooting say 10 meters with 9.5 and you put your fork out, wherever your point is actually where it's going to hit at that distance. With the 8.5, with the 8 millimeter steel, it actually might be about 15 meters would be your point on. So that's why you're shooting a little high, because it's a lighter projectile. But you can adjust that by changing up your bands. Oh yeah, I ignore them. Don't worry about it. Well, just once when I get back to all this thing, I'll start blocking all these idiots and getting them out of here. Yeah, I saw the lead molds. I've seen them. They're quite a bit cheaper from the UK. Actually, I've seen them have these lead molds from the UK, and I found them on eBay, and I think they were around 35, 40 bucks. Much cheaper, much cheaper. Yeah. Instead, basically, when the ammo actually never shoots flat. It never ever shoots flat. It just means basically that it's shooting at their point on. When they're point on, it's just like an arrow too. An arrow, when you shoot an arrow, for example, an arrow leaves your bow, and it actually arcs its way into its target. Now, point on would mean is where you're actually aiming from to whatever distance it is going to hit. So basically, if we're talking point on, I'm taking this I'm using this as my reference point on my frame. My anchor point's here, and when I loose my ball, it's going to come up, it's going to arc up, and it's going to land exactly where I put my frame there. So it's kind of arcing up and coming down. Now, the same thing, if you're going to be using a lighter projectile, and say you consider using the same bands or bands that shoot faster, like say 0.5, 0.5 sniper sling, I was shooting 326 or 28 feet per second with 8 mil steel from 10 meters through my crony. When I switched to 9.5 steel with the same bands, same cut, same band, same everything, never even took them off, same frame, the ball was shooting at 275 feet per second because it was heavier. So it actually went up on its natural progression, then came down, but it came down lower because it's a lighter projectile. So if you're shooting 9.5 steel and your bands are set up to shoot those, and your point on from your fork tip or whatever it is you're using as your reference point is hitting in that spot all the time. If you use a lighter projectile, it's going to shoot higher because it's reaching its arc at that point, at the peak of its arc at that point, and then it would hit it point on and a farther target. So what you could try just for an experiment is instead of shooting at 10 meters, back up to 15, see where your ball lands at that point, because that would mean your point on from that distance is there. So two ways you can combat this is basically just aim a little bit lower because you know where it's going to land, or you can reduce your bands to a smaller size and your point on will be at that distance, which should give you a lighter draw and it should give you more accuracy because it's easier to hold there. When I'm shooting 8mm steel, I usually shoot with 0.5. 0.5 is I love 0.5 bands with 8mm steel. .25 to 16 taper. You could actually probably drop that taper from a 25 to 16 like you're shooting to an 18-12 and have great results with that band for target shooting with 8mm steel. Yes, sir. Connor, 0.5 sniper sling is badass. Is it the yellow or the black you're using? Yeah, exactly. It's going to appear flat, even though it's not. It's going to arc and land where your thing is, but it's not going to be perfectly flat. Nothing shoots flat, not even a rifle. They always end up arcing in and out. That's why at certain distances you would have to sight in your scope to make it. It's good for 100 yards, but once you get to 100 yards, you're going to have to raise or lower it. It's going to shoot flatter, but it's not perfectly flat. Yep, for most of my 8mm band tests, 8mm steel band test that I've done with all the 0.5s, I use a 24 to 12 taper for that. I get really sick speeds with those things. Yeah, the black is the one I've tested. Fastest bands I've ever tested ever. The when you max out those bands though, they can fail, but giving yourself they can fail quickly, but giving yourself an extra centimeter, like I know when I was talking to you guys about the max elongations, what we were doing, if you guys were here in the beginning of the chat, when you test out your bands and you see how far your bands will stretch from 1 centimeter. So where's my pen here? I'll do one real quick here just for you guys to get an idea. You'll see here, when I'm testing all my rubber that I get from all my suppliers, I always do this before I make my bands. I draw a 1 centimeter line, and then I stretch it out over my centimeter block that I got down here. Have a look. See? I'll stretch this out, and I'll see how many squares that 1 centimeter turns into. So this one, for example, is the Celtic Caddy. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6.5. The elongation of this is 6.5. The max elongation. So if I take that and I divide that by my draw length, it'll give me my active band length. Now I've got to add a little bit for the bands. I got to add a little bit for the attachment, and I got to add a little bit for the pouch attachment. Once that's done, and I attach this, I should be able to pull this all the way back until it reaches my anchor point and come to a dead stop. That's a maximum stretch. Now, for example, we're going to take a 0.5 centimeter, this little tiny extra bit. See this here? It's a 0.5 centimeter. But look how far that's going to stretch. So if you're coming to a dead stop here, and you're putting a lot of force in your bands, which is going to actually kill your bands in the future fast. But adding that extra 0.5 centimeter will actually let you pull back to here, so you're not actually maxing them out, and you're not losing that much band speed. So what I tend to do is, when I'm making bands that I'm just shooting at in my yard or having fun, busting cans, doing that kind of thing, I take that little extra bit. So I'll divide it all out. It gives me It gives me, say, my active band length is going to be 12.7. Well, I'll add that up to a 13, which gives me 3 millimeters to attach at my fork tip with clips. And then I'll add an extra half centimeter or a centimeter, depending on the bands, how the retraction is. But I'll add that extra bit. Now, when I'm coming up to it, I land on my cheekbone like I always do, right under my eye, elbow up, keep everything nice and straight, and then I let it go. But this whole spot here, if I've got that little extra bit, it's going to make my bands last much, much longer. So you still got really fast bands that last, you still get 300, 400, 500 shots out of them with almost peak performance. That's how I do my bands. That might do it for you, because I know for maxed out bands with Sniper Sling Black, I was getting 326 or 328 feet per second with 8 mil steel. Now, just to give you an idea, if I remember correctly, in that video, I was shooting at a can filled with a soup can filled with water, and I was busting it through one side, through the water, and out through the other side of the can. If you can't take game with that, then I don't know what to say. But that'll open up a rabbit's or a squirrel's head wide open. Absolutely. When I'm testing bands in my backyard, I usually do all my tests from 10 meters, so 33 feet. I'm passing them through the crony and into the catch box, and then I take my suitcase luggage thing and I test the weight and all that kind of thing. That's how I usually set them up, and it works pretty well. But when I'm practicing in my backyard, I have the opportunity to do 10 meters, 15 meters, and I can shoot 20 meters from my yard. I just don't like doing it because I'm along the side of my yard, and if one of my family members happen to cross the corner while I'm out there shooting and they take a shot, I wouldn't want to have to live with that, because shooting a loved one in the head with a an 8 to 11 mil steel shot would really be terrible, devastating. Yeah, absolutely. 9.5, if you go up to that speed and you end up, not actually getting a perfect headshot with that, I think you still got a good chance at stopping a heart on a rabbit for sure, hitting it, a little bit lower in the body. The PFX2. Wow, what a special frame. I got to tell you, that's probably my favorite frame from Prime 4 Catapults. For the longest time, I don't know if you've ever seen it or not, but I have a custom that Andrew made for me. It's one of the original series of the Beagles. That was, oh man, I don't know. That was one of my favorite slingshots from Prime Fork, and is in my top 5 of best slingshots of all time. But the PFX2 is, man, I don't know which one I like better. The PFX2 is a great frame, though. It's a great frame. Yeah, I would be very curious about the PFX2. And actually, Andrea is just coming out now with the new Beagle too. What is your opinion for the best hunting frame for 9.5 mil steel? What is my opinion on the best hunting frame for 9.5 steel? Well, the best hunting frame for 9.5 steel is the one that you shoot the best. I know it's kind of a bullshit answer, but if there's lots of frames that I have here that I would probably take hunting, but for me, it would just be the one that I shoot the best. My Titan Hunter is one of my best shooters. I would definitely either use that one or my Beagle or my PFX2. All those frames I shoot really damn good. Or my My Enzo or my Scout LT. It really doesn't really matter about the frame. It comes down to how you're set up as how you shoot it. So that's pretty much it. I know it's kind of a shitty answer, but the templates are absolutely worth it. I've got a whole bunch of them. I'll show them all to you here. I know I pulled them out earlier. I've got a 27 to 17, which I just got, and I made a band set with it today, right here. I have an 18 to 12, which is another great. Oh no, this one here is 24 to 12. 24 to 12. I got this one from AliExpress, and I had to repair it. It came broken, and I had to fight with the guy to give me a refund. I got a 24 to 18, which is another one of my favorites actually for heavy ammo. I really like this template. I've got a 25 to 20, and I've got it set up for 160 millimeters. Yep, 160. Turns out I have another 25 to 20, and I have this one set up for 180. This is, I think, the first one that I got, and for some reason I got a second one, but I don't know why I have two. I didn't even know I had two until today, believe it or not. This is my 18 to 12. I had this one set up for 170, but I can do 160 and 150 on this guy also. You'll see here when you're doing your templates. So when you figure out your active band length, you've got a bunch of choices that you can do. I picked 170 only because I was shooting bands that had an elongation of 5.5. I was shooting GZK Green at the time I got this, and these were had an elongation of 5.5, but then they changed on me. And I got a 2515 jig that's set up for 180, and this one will go 170, 160. And if I want to do a 150, if I got something that stretches really far, like the Celtic Caddy or the Sniper Sling that usually get close to 7, I can just go in just a little bit on either side, make it even, and cut them out, and it works out great. I'm a big fan of these things because when you're making all your strips come out exactly identical, every single one of them. So if you're going to be making band sets and you really want to have the most precise, accurate bands possible, you want to make sure they're as precise and accurate in length and size all the way down to make sure that they're pulling even on both sides. Can't say enough about the band papers. Really can't say enough. I haven't tried the Scout XT, and I haven't tried the Hammer either. I don't tend to like hammer grip frames all that much. Although I really did like my my Hammer Pro from GZK, but I don't shoot TTF anymore, and or very much anyway. And I traded away my my Hammer Pro OTT. I just found that it was a little bit on the narrow side for me, so I sent it off to one of my buddies. As for the price, sorry, Digital, I'll clear that up for you. Depending on where you get them, they usually range between like $18 and $30, depending on where you get them from. I know a lot of people buy them off of AliExpress. They tend to be a little bit on the cheaper side, but the two that I've got from AliExpress have arrived broken. One of them was repairable. The other one was in absolute pieces because they don't put any backing on them. All of these ones that I still have today, except for the one that I repaired, came with a board on it. So even if it gets bent or pushed around or dropped or anything like that, the board protects it, and it's packed really well with cardboard. The one that came in from Sniper Sling came inside with a piece of cardboard back to it, and then a bunch of folded up cardboard all squished in on both sides. I mean, this thing was very rigid, and it arrived without a ding, scuff, or scratch in it. It was perfect. What technique do I tie? OTT? Oh, I just watch. I'll show you right here. Basically, I pass it through the hole, I fold in half, and then I tie them like that. For TTF, I do a trifold. I have done I have done I have done trifolds on OTT before. I have found that TTF bands seem to last longer for some reason. Maybe I'm crazy, but I seem to get more shots out of TTF, and I think it's because of the trifold. I have tried it with OTT, but I don't find it consistent enough, so I continue to do it this way. And I just use an amber belt, or in this case, it's a black one, with a band tying jig, which I have a clamp here somewhere. Yeah. And I always clamp it down to a table, and that's it. Once it's clamped, I don't have any movement. I can get them really nice and tight, and it works out great for me. Yep, pit pouches, really, really good. I find when I'm shooting 8mm steel, I like to use the Warrior Mongol pouches. They're made out of a really stiff falconry kangaroo leather, so I don't feel the ball too much on like kind of digging into my finger. I prefer those for 8mm steel. Although when we get into bigger ammo like 9.5 and 11mm steel, I really like the pit pouches. The good benefit, I wish I had a ball here I could show you. The good benefit of it is because of the pits, it actually reduces the size that you're holding on to, and the little cups inside kind of cradle the ball, and it gives you a nice flat piece to hold on for your thing, and it actually smooths out your release. If you haven't tried them, I really do recommend these. The ones that I've tried the best come from GZK. Those are the ones I like the best. It takes some time to break them in. They're going to be firm at first, and you're going to find them a little bit uncomfortable. But once they break in, they're absolute jewels. I'm telling you. Give them a try. Absolutely worth it. Yeah, Mr. McDee's. I find when I'm shooting heavy bands like the .8s or I mean even .65. Some of the .65s up there are really heavy. GZK .66, really heavy. The green. Um, for most of my target shooting and all my personal stuff, I tend to shoot .5 bands. I shoot .5 and I shoot 8mm steel, and I get my best accuracy out of that. Very comfortable, shoots really nice. The heavier setups, I'm starting to get into it just a little bit. I know a lot of you guys wanted to see some heavier ammo and all that stuff, heavier ammo, heavier bands. I'm trying to bring you a little bit of everything, which is why I'm buying the Shishu and the Celtic Caddies and all these other ones. I want to bring you guys some speed tests and whatnot for that. But I find the speed tests don't tend to be all that fair because people seem to concern themselves more with the speed than anything else. One of I talk about shot placement all the time, and I think the bands and the setup that you can get, that you can hold, shoot consistently, accurately is the best way to go about it. My shooting sessions with heavier ammo and bands tend to be on the short side, 20-30 minutes. Get up there, shoot a little bit, then I start getting tired because I tend to be a bit of a high volume shooter. I'll get up there and shoot, take a break, shoot. With these big bands, I really have to pace myself, otherwise I get tired, and then my shots get sloppy, and I start missing more. But when I'm shooting 8mm steel and small stuff, it's like, whew, I know. Once I go back from shooting this heavy stuff back to the light stuff, there's going to be a learning curve again, getting used to where my ball's going to land and all that stuff. Really, if you can, you're going to get out, practice and shooting, and you really want to get excellent at it. Stick with one thing. Don't go flopping around all over a band size, this, that. Although it's a lot of fun, but if you're really trying to practice to get your accuracy to be 100%, switching back and forth with different bands, different makes, different ammos is only going to cause you problems. All right. Take care, Donald. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Yeah, shooting 9.5 steel with 0.5 bands and a full butterfly, you're going to get tremendous speeds with that. You'll probably be somewhere around in between the 300 to 350, maybe even a little more feet per second with a 9.5 steel like that, with a long draw. If your fork tips are wider than your band taper, would you put them? I tend to put them right in the center. That's what I do. Whenever I've got a fork tip that's really, really wide, but like say like a 25 millimeter fork tip, and I'm shooting 18 to 12, I line them up right in the center. That's what I do. I tried today with 10 millimeter steel, 18 to 12, 275 with 9% black, 0.7, but couldn't hit anything. It's too heavy. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? With 10 millimeter steel, you could probably drop down to 0.6 or 0.55 and still get some crazy speed. You've got a 275 there, so I'm assuming you probably shoot 3/4 butterfly somewhere back here. If that's the case, yeah, I would definitely drop it, drop your band size down. So far, the HGH is pretty nice, but I have been having trouble getting out to shoot it. It's been so damn cold here. We're always this whole week it's been in the minus 20s, minus 24. I chased some cans with it for about a half hour the other day, and I came back in, and the steel on this thing was just freezing my hand like you would not believe. It was not good. It's hard to get out and shoot for long periods of time. You know, by the time you're warmed up, you got to go in because your hands are freezing. So I don't want to give any I don't want to do a review on it yet because I haven't been able to really get out and you know focus in on how I'm going to be shooting this thing and what bands and whatnot. I'm thinking that I would shoot a lighter band with a lighter ammo, much more accurate with that frame than I would with the heavier band and the heavier ammo. And with a 27 to 17 taper I got in here, I want to do some testing with it on a 0.45 band maybe, or a 0.5 band, and see what kind of speeds we can get with it. I bet you it's going to go pretty damn quick with 8 mil steel. I was hoping to be able to do some slingshot shooting this winter. I found that in the province that I live in, we're not allowed to. It's against the law here. But in the neighboring province, it's just across the border. It's actually like 35 minutes from my home. I can get into Ontario and do some hunting there, and it's legal. With my bow hunting permit that I have. All I have to do is go out and purchase a small game thing and find some land. And I'm in the process of actually looking for some land. And if their rules are the same as the rules are here, then I should be good for rabbits all the way up until March 31st. So let's cross our fingers and see if I can find a chunk of land that I can get onto without paying an arm and a leg. Yes, sir. Kangaroo leather. I highly recommend for 8 mil steel if you're going to get out and shoot or try these kind of pouches out. Try Warrior Mongol pouches. The kangaroo leather ones are fantastic. $50 down here in Florida. Oh, buddy, that's kind of rough. You're killing me here. I don't know what. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let's get some help from Google here. Right here, where we are today, it's minus 27. So minus 27 Celsius in Fahrenheit. Whoa, not minus 37, minus 27. Yeah. So we're minus 16.6 degrees Fahrenheit where we are today. It's cold. It's cold out here. 265 feet per second, but I've been shooting 18, 15. Yeah. Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter what you use, the metric or imperial system. It doesn't really make a difference. I mean, once you figured out your elongation using either inches or centimeters or whatever it is, you could figure out how long you want to be on your, if you're shooting a full draw or just like a 3/4. The math works all the way through anyway. Digital, to be honest, I've actually camped in this weather. I know us Canadians we're a little bit damaged, but I've actually camped in this weather before. Yeah, we went out, did some camping, and I took a group of scouts out in a camping trip in this weather before. We slept in tents. It was intense. Yeah. Oh yeah, the mini hammer, eh? I've got the Hammer Pro. I haven't tried the mini hammer yet, but it looks pretty damn good. Sumki bands, yes, I do. I have tried them. The .5, I really like them. They shoot well, and actually, if you want to see a review on it, I can do it. But I find the longevity of them in cold weather sucks. So it'll probably be one I'll have to wait till summertime for. I have Sumki .45 and I have Sumki .5 here. Green one, the green band, the .5 green, they shoot really nice. They're really nice bands. Have I tried some wasp slingshots? Oh yeah, yeah, man. I've got a few of them. I've got the original Unifox. I've got the Unifox Enzo is one of my favorite all-time frames. I have, what's it called? The Mamba. I have the that one that was made with the hell's the name? Not the PFX, not the, what's it called? The PTC? I don't know. I can't remember what it's called, but I have that one too. I got a bunch of Wasp frames. Actually, Simon's an awesome dude who has a very fair price for great quality slingshots, and he carries good stuff. So for those of you guys who are out looking for some targets, something maybe different than what you can get back home, definitely hit up Simon over at Wasp. He's got some great frames, great quality products, and great elastic. As for the templates, every place I've ever checked out has been in centimeters. But you can talk to Sniper Sling, slingshooting.com, Caddyshack, all these places you can get them. I got my last one I got from Sniper Sling. I like it because you make them custom. You tell them what taper you want at what length. So it doesn't really matter. They may do it in centimeters, but just Google it, find out what the elongations or what active band length you want. They'll convert it into centimeters, and that's it. Or maybe you can ask them to do it in inches. I don't know. I don't know if it works that way, but if he does it that way, but. One of the best bands I would say I've tried for 8mm steel that has the best draw to speed ratio. Connor wants to know. Well, my two favorite bands that I shoot on a regular basis for speed and draw. Number one is Sniper Sling Yellow, but they're not great in the cold. So at this time of year, I put them away. Number two is Simple Shot. I can't say enough about Simple Shot. They're fantastic bands. And number three would be GZK Orange for me. Doesn't Chris do 22 to 12.5 Sniper Sling? Yeah, I think he does. Yeah. I prefer 24 to 12. Chris does 22 to 12. Personal preference for 8mm steel. Yeah. Do you have an S Robin from Sniper Sling? Yes, I do. I did a review on it too. It is amazing. You will not be sorry having that frame. Yeah, the S Robin is something special. I was actually blown away at the fit and finish and the quality of that frame. It is incredible. It's got me baffled about how amazing that frame is, how well built. Um, I was kind of nervous at first because the fork width on there is about 85 millimeters. But according to the sight that's on it, the sight on the top of the clip actually bumps it up just a tiny little bit, which brings it more closer to my 90 millimeter fork width. I think it's around 87, 88, the same as my PFX2. Same thing too with the clip. The sight on the clip, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing frame. Actually, Sniper Sling, I'm going to say this out. Sniper Sling, Wasp, and are probably my two favorite places to buy products from. Not only do they both sell super high quality stuff that lasts forever, the shipping, everything is pretty quick. Can't complain, and yeah, it's just top quality stuff. Top quality. Sniper Sling's got some of the best bands I've ever tried in my life. I absolutely love them, and their frames are freaking phenomenal. Amazing. Nope. Whenever I buy stuff from Sniper Sling to Canada, I don't have to pay any taxes or customs at all. They send it through regular mail, and it's fine. Every time I order from Simple Shot, where was it? Simple Shot. Actually, when I get from Andrew too, when I buy from Prime 4 Catapults, because they're sending it by courier, the couriers nail you for they nail you for that stuff. So if it comes by UPS, FedEx, any one of those guys, they get you with taxes and customs. So I usually end up having to pay an extra $30, which pisses me right off, but whatever. Have I tried the yellow Falcon? I've tried Falcon. I tried the white ones and I tried the red ones. I've done reviews on both of them, and they were a little bit on the slow side, but some of the best draws and most accurate shooters I've ever tried. So I mentioned it in the video when I was talking about the Falcon bands that I was kind of concerned about releasing the video because I don't want people to get the wrong idea about these bands. They don't shoot as fast as many other bands out there, but the accuracy that I got with them, because the draw and the draw weight was so nice and light, it was insane. So I think I was getting around 250 or 260 feet per second with 8 mil steel with the 0.5, but I was hitting a 30 mil flipper repeatedly over and over and over and over and over again. Like I was shocked at how many hits I got out of my 20 warm ups. I think I hit 15 of the 20 or something stupid like that. Yeah, from Simple Shot, I tend not to order from there that often, only because I mean, don't get me wrong, Simple Shot's another company where you're getting top-notch stuff that's going to last forever. I've got a bunch of frames. I've got a Torque. I've got the Scout LT limited edition. I've got two Scout LT regular ones. I got an orange one and a black one. I have I had the Ocularis, and I have the Ocularis a limited edition. All those frames, awesome, high quality frames that are going to last forever. The bands are really good too. They're 0.5 bands, fantastic. I've got a review on those. Did some shooting with them. They're excellent. Even actually, those pouches that they sell, those are just like looks like a Band-Aid. I guess it's the shape of a Band-Aid, but they're rough in the beginning. They're very, very sturdy and firm. But when they break in, they're really, really nice. But the shipping sucks. Like, I don't understand how it is that I can get stuff from the UK faster than I can from the United States when they don't have to cross an ocean. I don't understand why that works. Um, and the shipping to Canada is really, really expensive. Like, I don't know, but I still buy stuff from Simple Shot, but I just wait until I'm ready to make a big order. I make a big order so I don't have to do it all that often, because I'm gonna get busted with taxes, and I'm gonna have to wait a long time if I don't pay the extra for shipping. It's still gonna cost me like 30, 35 bucks in shipping, and it's gonna take over a month to get here. Or I could pay the FedEx, for example, and then when it gets here, I have to pay, or before I receive it, I have to pay an extra 25 bucks. So I don't know. It's like a catch 22. So when I'm going to make an order, I'll buy like 3 or 4 rolls of 0.5, and I'll make sure that I'm good for a good long time. Yeah, what's his name? Killevallo was telling me that too. That whenever he orders any kind of product, if it's from an EU country, it arrives to Finland real quick. If it's out of the EU, it takes forever. It gets held up in customs and all kinds of stuff forever. It's kind of annoying, I'd imagine. Scout out XT. Not a fan of the clips I tie on. Yeah, I do the same thing with the I do the same thing with the torque. I don't like the clips on that at all. Yeah, I've had some frame hits on the Scout LT before, and I had some frame hits on the Evo. If you can find a way to break an Evo, like, take a bow. That thing's insane. Even the Scout LTs. I bought my son one. He had a bunch of frame hits on it in the beginning, and that thing could take a beating. Those are lifetime frames. Hey, how you doing, Greg? Living the dream, buddy. Trapped inside right now because it's too damn cold to go outside. It's minus 27 or minus 29 today. I think I might have warmed up a little bit. Let's have a look. Come on. Yeah, it warmed up a little bit. We're around minus 19 now. Yep. Well, here's the thing. There's the wasp slingshots. The clips, they work really, really well. There's very little slop, so when you're screwing them in and out, they go in straight and they come out straight. There's no twisting or popping around. But the simple shot ones, they added a little bit of weight, so when you're shooting heavier ends, it actually helps with the recoil. So it really depends on how you're setting up with them. What I don't like about the simple shot clips, I should be careful because I really like the ones on the Scout LT. I don't like the ones on the torque. I like to screw them in, but I don't like the fact that they wheel around. Like, they got a little bit of slop in there, so they wheel around and cause some issues. But the Scout LT, I like the clips, and the Wasp frames, I like them too. But if you're shooting 8 mil steel, I don't think it's an issue. But if you're going to be popping up a little bit heavier, you may find that you get a little recoil after on the Wasp frames because the clips are small and light. Yeah, I bet it's a lot warmer in Scotland. We got some family out there. That's where my in-laws are from. My in-laws and my wife. We got some Scots in the family. Lots of love from India. Lots of love from Canada, dude. Hope you're doing well. Uh, I don't know. I've kind of discovered. Actually, maybe I could show you on here. Let's say, for example, hold on. Greg says I shoot OTT for the first time in a year. I was surprised at how accurate I was. Can you swap between OTT and TTF easily? I cannot. I can't. And I think it's because of this. Here's an OTT frame. I'm going to do a draw and have a look. See if I'll put a point on for you guys. I'll see if I can get this done right here. But if I do my anchor point and I stretch it out, you see how long the forks are? They stick out quite a bit from my hand is, which kind of makes me go to the right or to the left. Here's TTF frame. See where that is? It's a little bit closer to my hand. Now, the problem I've been having from what I could figure out is at one point I used to take up this frame and I have my record of a 40 mil flipper hits with this frame. I hit 16 in a row, 16 in a row without a miss. And I was switching each one, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then I decided to do a video on, I think it's a 10 shot Tuesday video I did with this frame. And I think I hit 10 in a row, or 10 or 9 in a row. It was the best I've ever actually got on film. One day I picked this thing up again and I couldn't hit a damn thing with it. I don't know why. I think it's because of how far the forks are to here. Because I usually like to take my thumbnail and put it on here. But when I'm shooting TTF, I have to move it in closer. And then I end up scuffing my nose and my cheek. And I can't quite figure it out. But that's why I got bands on this guy today. I want to figure it out. I want to get this problem solved and start shooting TTF again. Because I absolutely love this frame. But for some reason, I started having some trouble. So hopefully we can figure that out in the next coming days. Yeah, the closer you get to max elongation, because you're starting to get into the higher draw weights, you will start speed bumping, because as your hand starts getting tired, you end up cheating a little bit by pulling it or dropping your elbow. What I do suggest is, if you're going to go towards a max elongation and you're trying to reduce your draw weight, either go down to a lighter band set or try to pace your shots out a little bit farther apart. So instead of shoot, try to give yourself 30 seconds in between each shot or something like that to give your hand some time to recoup on your grip, and then you won't find yourself cheating or speed bumping. Yeah, I can. Sniper Sling has a great one, and you can see it in some of my recent videos where I got out and shot in the. Did I do a short? I think I have a short on this video where I do a quick close-up of it. It's quite small. It's about, I guess it's about a foot by a foot. It's got a 6-inch window to shoot in. It's got a double curtain in the back, so it takes a lot of the impact, and you're not gonna rip it through. It's made out of a heavy canvas, almost like a canvas duck material. Really sturdy. You can put an ass whooping on that thing and not have to worry about it breaking. I've got at least 2,000 or 3,000 shots in mine so far, maybe more, and no wear or tear at all. And I've done some hits in the front and all kinds of stuff when I'm trying to figure out long distance shots and all that, and no damage at all to it. It's a great catch box. Yeah, you tend to. Yeah, he's just looking at his OTT frames, found a real shallow cup on the top corner. It's almost in line with the sight and the groove on the TTF. When you're lining these things up, I mean, just for example, if we're doing cup to cup. Now, hopefully this can see this here. When I line up these two frames cup to cup, the TTF lines up with this part here, the center of the TTF. So it is going to make a difference on how you line up. Fork length will make a difference on your accuracy with how it works in relation to your anchor point, I think. Hey, South Wales, what's going on, dude? Yeah, the S. Robbins, buddy. You're going to love it. You are going to love it. The fit and finish is incredible on their frames. Caddyshack has a good couch box too. I've seen that one that he has up on his pole. I was going to buy that, but the shipping to Canada was going to cost me over $100. So I passed on it and I bought one of the small collapsible ones. I'll never buy that one again. It fell apart within weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and it was done. Now, whenever you see a video of me shooting shit that explodes or like watermelons and all that kind of stuff, I do it in that catch box. But I've had to repair it 6 or 7 times in a couple of weeks. It wasn't that great. I was thinking of little lines. This spin trap from some of those photos. Nope, I don't really know anything about that catch box, bud. Sniper Sling doesn't deliver to India, really? Oh, that sucks. Do I know of any sights that are placed between the Slingshot and the clips for OTT, so it'll be similar to the S. Robin sight, which protrudes a little above the clip? Actually, I kind of do. Actually, the best person to ask about that would be Can Vandal. He did a video of these little pieces that you could attach to wrap and tuck frames and all that stuff, and you could probably use those the same as well. I think those would work. You just got yours. See how long it lasts. Is it the collapsible one? Feels like feels kind of like a spongy mesh or whatever it is that goes on the box, or did you get the one that goes up on the pole? Because the one up on the pole, I think, is a much better quality one. Wow, these bots are really having a good time on this feed today, eh? Hey, buddy, I appreciate you saying that. You know what? When I was just starting out, I had a hard time because I didn't know anybody who shot before. I had a bit of an archery background, and I did a lot of shooting as a kid with handguns and rifles. But I mean, the handgun and rifle doesn't really translate over to sling shooting, really. The archery does a little bit, but I've only been shooting for about for 2 years. I mean, yeah, I shot a slingshot as a kid, but it's not like I was now where I wasn't passionate about it or crazy about it. I mean, we used to go outside and shoot each other with slingshots because we had one guy got shot in the mouth with a pellet gun. I shouldn't be saying these stories on here, but I was a bit of an idiot when I was a kid. So anyway, we went to slingshots and we had some fun with those. But I had a hard time figuring things out. I spent a lot of time out in the backyard trying to figure shit out. And anyway, any information that I get, I'll pass it on to you guys that I can if it helps. But I had a lot of people. I found a lot of people in the slingshot community don't hold back on their hold back their information. They share it, and it's cool. It helps everybody up their game, and it's I don't know, it's great. Yeah, well, I hope it lasts for you, bud. But my catch box didn't. Maybe I got a bad one. It's possible, but yeah. Have I tried AGS flippers, the ones that have 2 layers of silicone? Yes, I have. I got a whole bunch of them. They're really good in summertime, but when it gets really cold out and I shoot for them, they shatter like glass. It may not be the AGS brands, but they are that style where you've got the little knob on the top. You pass your rope through, and you got the 2 flippers. It's kind of like a Taekwondo clapper. Yeah, that's the kind that I've had, and I've broken a bunch of them. My very favorite flippers out of all flippers are the ones from Wasp. Absolutely love those flippers. The best. Yeah, we don't have a group or a club in our area either. I wish they did for slingshots. Maybe it's something I can reach out to a bunch of guys locally and see if we can get one started somewhere. It might be a lot of fun. At least be able to participate in some tournaments, just between buds anyway. All the people that I have found that shoot these things, shoot slingshots and whatnot, are all people from that I found online from this YouTube channel. I still have not met up with anybody ever and shot slingshots with them. Hoping to solve that this summer once all this mess is over with, this COVID crap. You know what? One of the best things about this whole YouTube channel is actually chatting with you guys. I mean, this is one of the best things about the whole deal. Is I get out, I do some shooting, we chat in the comments, we have these live feeds, we sit here and hide from the cold, and I get to hang out with you guys. It's one of the best things about the whole deal. It's freaking awesome. And actually, as many times as I've had conversations with you guys, giving my 2 cents, you guys give your 2 cents back to me. It helps me out too. It gets me thinking about things, and I get out and try it. And as much as hopefully as much as I'm helping you guys, I want to let you know you are actually helping me. Tim, you know what? That's actually what happened to me. That's how I got into this whole slingshot thing. When I was a kid, I always shot. I had that. What do they call them? I think it was called a daisy slingshot, where it had that little arm brace thing, and it was like a hammer grip, and had the 2 little posts, and you'd slide the rubber band on it. You'd spit in it and slide it in there, and it would fit. That's the slingshot that I had as a kid. When I one day I was on YouTube and I found these slingshots that look like this, and I was like, "What is that? Look at those bands! That's crazy." We had one guy in my neighborhood. He used to have like a little wooden fork, and he used to take bicycle tubes and put them on there, and he would shoot with those. And we all used to make fun of him because we had the rubber tube ones, the high tech stuff, But man, when I saw these flat band things, and I saw how fast they were shooting and how accurate people were, I was like, holy shit, I got to try one of those. And I found that first video I ever did. I found that slingshot on Amazon for like $13. I even gave one away. I bought that slingshot, and I was like destroying cans from wherever. I had this, actually, if you look at my very first video, I had a swing set in my backyard for my kid. I had a sheet kind of rigged up in there, and I was shooting into a sheet, saving all my ammo and busting cans every chance I got. Had so much fun with it, and I was amazing. Slingshots, flat bands are freaking awesome. Yeah, it's kind of tough, man. I wish I could find somebody that shot slingshots. I'm thinking maybe once I get started back in my archery club, I'll be able to maybe get some guys to cross over with me a little bit and do a little bit of sling shooting and see if I can get a day in the same church and do some shooting in there. It's actually pretty cool. They've got the targets from 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 yards. So we can get some, or 25 meters, sorry. So we can actually get some decent range shots in there. Shooting slingshots in there though might be a bit of an issue. Trying to get everything to pick up all the ammo at the end might be tough. Yeah, you might be right. Actually, I think you're the only guy I've heard of so far from Sweden who's done some shooting, and obviously Brother K from Finland. But yeah. Yeah, the wrist rockets were pretty tough. Like actually one of my first videos, I actually found my old Slingshot just in a box somewhere when I moved into my house. I was like, hey, I forgot about this thing. We went out and did some shooting with that thing for a little while. It took me and my brother like I don't know, like 30 minutes to hit a can. Then we gave up on that and started throwing axes and knives. That was much more fun. Sniper Sling Black Point 1. Holy smokes, that's crazy. I only shot compound for a few years. I saw a vid of Wayne from Ketchak. Yeah, I actually I shot recurve for 5 or 6 years, and then my dad gave me a compound. It was really old. I was gonna get started in that. Then I said, forget it. But once I got my bull hunting license, I decided to pick up a compound, and I've had it here sitting in my house since just before Christmas, and I haven't shot it yet. So I'm waiting to see how all that's going to turn out. But I got a diamond archery. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but it's compound, 70 pounds, and it's actually crazy. The old one we had was a 60 pound, and I think when I pulled it back, I think the lead off was like only like 50% or something. It's a really old bow. It had a single cam, pull it back, 50 pounds. It was like, oh, it was rough. The the new one I got, it goes from like 70 pounds to 15 pounds. The let off on it is beautiful. Like it sit with that thing in a full draw for like 3 minutes, no problem. It's freaking awesome. The my recurve though, it's a Samick Sage I have, and it's a 40 pounder, and I string walk when I shoot. So depending on how far I am, if I'm shooting at 20 meters, uh, I grab it a little bit lower from the string, and I keep the same anchor point, but the arrow raises up and down. And anyway, it's kind of hard to explain. I shoot with a tab, and I got these little lines on it, but it's fun. Yeah, I guess shooting those 1 millimeter bands, you get some serious pipes doing that. So I found when I was doing these live feeds that I was kind of disappointed because we got all these comments going on here, and I think a lot of people would like to read the comments and see what's going on and how things are being answered because they're kind of lost when they watch it later. So I found this little button in the settings, so I'm hoping that they'll be able to actually bring up the comments and see what people are talking about when they're watching this video live later on. We'll see how it works. Holy crap, guys! You know we've been here for 2 hours and 40 minutes already. Time flies, eh? Oh. Now that it's not so bad outside, I think I'm going to sneak up and do some shooting a little bit later, see how it goes. What's all your guys' plans for the day? You guys going to go do some shooting today? Now with this guy here, I'm hoping that this is going to be my first hunting video. So basically, the whole deal is I'm going to get out and probably shoot most of the video with this frame locally around here, around my house, and then I'm going to have to take a run out to Ontario and get all the correct permits that I need to make this legal, and then basically go out and do a hunting video and finish off the video with this, and then wrap up the review. So it looks like you won't be seeing the review of this guy anytime soon, but I'm hoping we'll be able to get out and and do that video and make it my first hunting video. I'm kind of excited about that. And I got some help from a couple of buddies with this too. So I'm really hoping to put together a real special review for this frame. Yeah, for you guys over in Scotland, I guess it must be around 6 o'clock, I guess, eh? 6:30, something like that. Yeah, I'm really excited about putting together a real nice video with this frame. Just I really love the look of it. The two guys that actually put their heads together to build this frame are really legendary in the slingshot community. So I'm hoping to put something together really, really nice for that. And the Andrew being one of my good buds in the slingshot community, I want to get a video done with this guy here too. Get it all done, get some shooting done with it, because it's another great frame, but it's just too damn cold to get out and do a review right now. And I've got about 2.5 feet of snow everywhere, so I'm going to need my snowshoes if I want to get out in the woods and do some shooting with that thing. And I'm tired of shooting reviews in my backyard. Hey, Stu, welcome back, buddy. Yeah, we're in for the long haul today. I don't think I'll get many views on this on this live feed this year once it's all wrapped up and done. But there's a lot of chatting that was been going on. Ah, dude, thank you so much, New England. Appreciate you, bro. Freaking awesome. Supporting the channel. Really appreciate you, dude. The handle on the HTH. What is the HTH? You freaking rock, dude. Appreciate you, man. Oh man, it's something else. I'll give you a close up of it. See if we can bring you on down here a little bit, give you a better look. So the really cool thing about this guy is it's got that narrow waist. It's going to lock that hand in really beautifully. It's got a nice finger and thumb scallops here. Really, really comfortable to lock your hand in. I hope this is coming in clear. But have a look at the clips. See, the clip's got that step in it. So when you drop your band set in there, it's going to lock right into that little spot, and both sides are going to be perfectly even. And it's got nice little teeth on there, so it holds onto the band real well. The one thing I will say about all this is when you do get your band, one of these frames, if you do get it, I did find that the clip and the top of the fork was a little bit on the sharp side. So I took a little bit of sandpaper and gave it a little rub. They are, I think they're laser cut, maybe machined, but I did have to give them a little sanding down. Now, on these bands here, I've dealt with them twice so far for multiple times. Did a lot of shooting with it. Absolutely no problem. No wear and tear on the bands. I took them off after the first time, to check them out to make sure they're okay. Not an issue. What an awesome frame. Incredible stuff. Oh, it's the HGH. It's the Hedgerow Goblet Hunter is what the name is. You know what I actually did? I got the HMH90 from Nick Haggerty. I was going to do a video on that. I did a short for it, but I'm going to do a full review on it as a good budget option for people. It's very similar to the frame. This one was designed by Wayne Martin and Matt Redding. Matt Redding has the Hedgerow Hunter. The HMH is basically built off of that, and great little frame. It's got nice wide fork tips as well. and it's very similar. The handle is identical, but the forks are slightly different. Great frame. The oh man, I forget my point, but all things considered, the HH and the Hedgerow Hunter and the a Hedgerow Goblet Hunter, very similar frames. Both can take nice heavy band sets. Great for hunting, all that stuff. And the grip on those things are freaking awesome. And when I shot the video for that, I actually put it out. And for some reason, I was in the middle of buying this frame while I was shooting the video for the other one, and I was calling that frame the HGH. And then I just released it, and then I get a message from Wayne. He's like, no, dude, that's not the HGH. That's the HMH. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. And I went back and I deleted the video, obviously. And anyway, I just finished putting the order in for that one, and I had the HGH on my mind while I was shooting the video for the HMH, and I screwed it all up, and I had to redo the whole thing all over again. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah. How does it feel in the hand? Feels really great in the hand. Super comfortable. I know Kilavala, he shoots this with a pinch grip, which is, it's actually not that bad on a pinch grip. I'm not a pinch grip shooter, but it's actually not that bad, but I feel it slipping a little bit. He actually did a little bit of a wrap with some rubber band on there, and he found it really helped the comfort. But with a thumb brace, how this thing is designed, it's super comfortable, super stable. And for those of you, I know I tend to shoot my frames kind of straight, and people give me shit about that. All the Evo shooters out there keep telling me that I'm supposed to point it with a straight wrist. When I do that, though, I always tend to hook to the left. So I just do a slight point, and it works great. Freaking awesome frame. The S Flame and the S Robin on the way from Sniper Sling. Yeah, you know what? Sniper Sling is one of my favorite places to deal with. And Min, he's a freaking awesome dude. I was trying to buy the, what's it called? The S siome. I tried for weeks trying to get that stupid thing. And every time I went on there, it was sold out. So I sent him a message. I'm like, dude, can you let me know when something pops up? Because I keep on missing it. I'm trying to do a review on one of your frames. So sure enough, he shoots me a message. He's like, look, the S Robin's coming up now if you're interested in that one. And I'm like, whew. I went over there and bought it. I had to actually, try to bug him to let me know when they were coming up, but I couldn't be happier with that frame. S Robin's a beautiful frame. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Mr. McDees. You guys take care. All the best to you and your family. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping in, bud. Whew. All right, I think we're going to sit this one out for another 10 minutes or so. We'll probably end this at the 3-hour mark. This is the longest one I've ever done. No, I haven't tried the S Punisher, but it is on my list. I really like that frame. Looks pretty cool. It would be a great EDC or car slingshot. I know, man, Cody. It's seriously, it started getting annoying where I was sitting there trying to get one of those freaking frames in my hands, and I go week after week after week, checking like multiple times a week, trying to see when one of those were going to pop up. And I had to wait for Min to say, hey, I got something popping up in a couple of days. Hope you'll be interested. And I had to wait. And it took forever, but I finally got one in my hands, and I couldn't be happier. Now I'm kind of, he just released that other one. What's it called? It's kind of like kind of looks similar to a Punisher, but it's got like a hole in the handle. Can't remember what it's called, but that thing looks really nice too. And it's cheap too, only 45 Canadian. Yeah, you see, I found the same thing. If I pushed it forward, I ended up hooking to the left, and I'm a left-handed hold. So I just decided to hold it straight. And with my Evo, I've got a couple of videos of me cutting cards and everything with it. So, and I hold it the wrong way, and I'm shooting pretty good. So I'm going to continue shooting it the way I do, and all the haters can just keep on hating. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Digital. You take care. I'll see you again soon, bud. Oh, the S Ghost. It's a little bit pricey. I don't think I'll end up getting one of those, but man, what a cool looking frame. That's what I like about Sniper Sling. They got so many cool different frames out there that I've just never seen anywhere before, and the quality's outstanding. You know what? I don't know if you really even need to have the flat tips. Just shoot it flat like you would normally. That's how I shoot it, and I shoot it just fine. The S Ace, huh? I don't know. I gotta pull up Sniper Sling now. You guys are bringing up some that I haven't even heard of yet. Let's see what Sniper Sling's got to say. I gotta remember that new one that they just came out with too. Let's see. I'll pop that up real quick. Product catalog, Slingshots. Yeah, they got the S Punisher. Yeah, the other one I was telling you about was the S Spike. The S Spike made out of aviation aluminum. Looks pretty cool. See if I can pop it up here and give you guys a quick look. See this guy here? This guy's on my radar. I love the shape of that frame. And it gives you a cool option for some nice wraps in that handle maybe. S Ace. Let's have a look. Actually, the S Bat looks like it's pretty nice too. Have a look at that. We're doing a little online shopping together, guys. S Ace. Where are we? Oh man, look at this guy. It's the S Rattle. TTF frame, but man, I wonder if he has one in OTT. Yeah, the S Robins are all still sold out. Oh, the TTF ones are still available. Oh no, they're sold out. The S Ghost, freaking awesome. I still don't see it. They got a lot more frames on here now. It's been a while since I checked these out. S Cobra. S Torches Robin. Oh, I didn't see it. Maybe I missed it anyway. I'm gonna sit here and surf the net while you guys are chatting with me. The Ghost is pretty expensive. It's like $185. It's just so damn cool. I'll have to put that one on the list. And I think Chris bought one from Catapult Cartridge. I hope he does a review on it. Hey, how you doing? Hi from London. How you liking your Titan there, bud? Which one did you order, Kay? Yeah, I know. Every time I go to Sniper Sling, they've got so many frames that I want to bring home. It's tough. Yeah, it's gonna cost you $150 for a slingshot and $30,000 for the divorce. I don't know. Is it worth it? Yeah, you won't. You can't go wrong with the S Robin. It's a beautiful frame. A Spike. Yeah, they're pretty cool, man. Pretty cool, and the price is really cheap. Which one did you get? Did you get the aluminum one from ProShot, or did you get the Titan Hunter directly from Chris? I don't know what the hot shot is, but I will tell you this about the 100% 0.5 bands. They're really nice bands. They shoot nice. The draw is fantastic on those. Yeah, the Ghost is pretty expensive. The one thing I will say though is I don't know the whole ins and outs of how they make their frames over there, but I think they just got like a small group of guys just pounding out awesome frames, like really high talented guys. I don't know what the deal is. Like this is just me talking shit, but I think that's the deal. I think that's why once they pop up, they sell out super fast. Like I know for my S Robin, they released like 10 more, and then I had to wait for like a month. But once it was shipped, it arrived at my house really fast, which is pretty cool from coming from over there. Hey Sean, you take care. Thanks for stopping in, bud. I guess I'll be doing another one of these eventually when then another cold weekend comes around. Oh yeah, Joff, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the one. He just released it not too long ago. It looks pretty damn cool. It's like a 99 or 98 millimeter fork width. If that's the one I'm thinking of. Looks pretty damn cool. I like Joff too. He's got a great channel. He's an awesome dude. Hey, take care, Connor. Thanks for stopping in, bud. We'll do another one soon, and I hope to see you here. I don't know if it'll be another 3 hour long show, but anyway, I'll be back with another live vid soon. It's great chatting with you. Yes, Spike. Yeah, it's 98. Oh, really? You shot against him? Oh, you did. You're doing one of the tournaments. How did you do? He's a pretty damn good shot, that Joff guy. Yeah, Sniper Sling. It's kind of funny how I can order from Sniper Sling, and as soon as it ships, I usually get it into 2 to 3 weeks, which is pretty fast. When I order from from Sniper Sling, from Simple Shot, it takes over a month to get here. I don't know what the deal is. It doesn't make sense. I actually this morning on YouTube, I posted a little picture with the weather saying it's really cold. I hope you guys are interested in a live feed in about 2 hours. That's what I did. I think next time I'll pop one up on Facebook as well, and hopefully you guys will see it. Oh wow, that's pretty cool, man. Congrats. Yeah, I don't think many people saw the post. Yeah, I don't think many people saw the post, so maybe I'll put it on Facebook next time as well, or maybe I'll do a quick short saying, "Hey guys, I'm going to be live on Saturday" or type thing, and I don't know. Tell me what you guys prefer. Yeah, me too, man. The only time I get some catty chat is when I'm doing this, so I'm going to be popping more of these in here because it's getting really tough to do the vids outdoors when it's really cold like this. And I don't really like doing vids in my basement when I'm sitting there just sitting at a desk with my stupid electrical panel behind me. I don't like it. I prefer to be interacting with you guys this way than just doing a video down there. I don't know if it does the channel any good, but I much prefer to do it this way. Those little you know, when the one thing I hate, okay, I hate doing is when people do reviews on a bench and they're just like, okay, it's this, it's this, it's this, and you never get to see them shoot or do it. That's why I try to get my reviews when I'm reviewing a slingshot or whatever it is. I try to get outside in the woods and do it in there. You're shooting in real life shots, and anyway, I try to do it that way just to make it a little bit higher quality. I really can't stand bench reviews on anything if they're doing it with knives or slingshots or elastic or whatever it is. I much prefer to be outdoors doing what the thing's supposed to do. You know, if like when I used to do knife reviews on YouTube, I much preferred getting out and actually putting the knife through its pace, doing something, creating a meal, uh, whatever it would be, whatever you'd use that knife for. I much prefer that than doing indoor videos and just boring. Just my thoughts, anyway. Yeah, but I'll be doing another one. This winter's turning out to be a really damn cold and ugly one, so I'll be popping in and out with live videos from time to time. Yeah, I've got a roll of TheraBand here. I think I'm gonna do a band review on those two. I'm really not a fan of TheraBand. I know some people love them, but really what it comes down to is what you're consistent with. So if you're consistently shooting well with the band you're using, well, keep on doing it. You know, I could see somebody shooting excellent with TheraBand because that's what they've done for years, and then switching over to sniper sling and can't hit anything with it because it's completely different, way faster. You know, so but I may do a review on TheraBand and max them out and see what kind of speeds we can get with them and whatnot. But from the little bit of testing I've done with them, I was kind of shocked at how slow they were. Yeah. Which is the best band material? That depends on the person. Depends on what you're looking for. Let's say this: the fastest bands I've ever tried were Sniper Sling Black Point .5, by far the fastest. The most accurate bands I've ever tested is a toss up between Sniper Sling Yellow, which has a lighter draw, and Falcon bands, point .5 Falcon bands. I've done some amazing shooting with those bands, and they're quite slow compared to Sniper Sling. Sniper Sling Black point .5 is almost almost 80 feet per second faster than Falcon bands. But the Falcon bands, I shot so accurate with them. I think I put 15, something like 13 or 15 shots on a 30 mil flipper from 10 yards out of 20 shots. It was really, really nice. Yeah, I don't know. I've tried dabbling a little bit on the bushcraft side, like doing some outdoor cooking and whatnot on my channel and my outdoor and my overnighters, and I didn't find I got many views on them. That's why I don't do them. But if you guys were interested in seeing those camping trips and the ice fishing stuff, um, I'll keep doing it. I mean, I love doing it. So maybe I'll just film it, and I don't know if it does well, it does well. But I just found that when I released those videos, I just didn't like the viewing time and the views that I got on them just didn't do well. So like I did a video where I caught two muskies ice fishing, and I did some slingshot shooting in it. I think I only got like 300 views, and it's been up for over a year. But I can shoot a how to tie a pouch onto a band, and I'll get 1,000 views in 24 hours. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do some more of those if you guys are interested. I'll do some more outdoor videos. You know, My friend, I've had some people say to me that I'm always saying that things are good. Now, I'm going to explain why. I'm not a salesman. So, just about everything that I've ever tested, I've tested on my own dollar. There have been a couple of frames that I've gotten free, um, but it's frames that I've chosen. The, the whole purpose of me doing these reviews for is not because I'm trying to pump somebody up or make a lot of sales, because I don't make any money on any of this. My whole purpose for doing these reviews is I get out, I review things that I find interesting, that I like, and I review them. And I try to be as honest as possible about all these things. So if somebody asks me, like, what do I think about this frame or that frame? And I'm saying, well, I think it's a good frame, but it has this, and this issue. The grip on it's really great. And it may be stable, but it may be uncomfortable. Like, these are all things I'm going to give tips and ideas on after I've tested it, after I've shot it a few times. I've done a first, I've I kind of do what I tend to do is I do it like a 10 shot Tuesday with it, and whatever it is, then I do the review. The reason why I do that is because I want to get some shooting time with it. So I'm not going in cold and being, oh, this is nice, but in the end, I find it a little bit slippy, a little bit this, a little bit that, but I find that out after. That's not helping you guys out. So this is why I do all these things, and I'm hoping, with these reviews or whatever it is, it's going to be good for you. But keep in mind that a lot of the things that I do review may or may not be good for me because of my shooting style, but it may be excellent for you. That can happen. Oh, oh, Greg, that was funny. Yeah, I threatened to shoot him, I think, eh? Yeah, we went out into the woods. We were doing some shooting, having some fun. We walked. Actually, that video. Let me tell you, that video. We went out, me and my brother, and we were going out. We were doing some fun shots, and the whole goal was to go out somewhere, right out in the middle of nowhere, and uh, and anyway, hang out in the hammocks. I can't remember. I think I cooked a big flank steak or something like that in that video, right on the coals, if I remember correctly. But in that video, we went out, we did a whole bunch of shooting. We were hanging out, drank some beers. He ended up falling asleep in his hammock while I was outside shooting, trying to get some more, get some good, B-roll for the video. By the time we got home, both of us were covered in ticks. Terrible. Because we did a lot of bushwhacking in that video, if you remember. And when I got out, I had like 5 or 6 of them on my clothes, 2 or 3 of them walking on my body. So we got back to the car, and I was stripping down, taking off my shirt, shaking it out, and everyone on the streets looking at me like I'm freaking nuts. But anyway, I had like I don't know, fucking 8 or 10 ticks on me. My brother had a whole bunch of them on him, and he actually had one attached he had to remove from his leg. But let me tell you, that was a crazy day. We had a lot of fun. There's a lot of good shooting that day too. I forgot about that video. Yeah. Yeah, he was sitting in that stupid hammock just snoring his head off. All right, maybe I'll do some more of those fishing vids, and we'll do some more. If you have any information you want about ice fishing or all that stuff, I can put all that together. I've been doing that for a bunch of years. Yep, absolutely. If you're sober Irishman, if you're looking for 0.5 and 0.6, I've done reviews on both of those, I think. 0.5 for sure I've done. To shoot 9.5, 30-inch draw is basically what I do. I have a 30-inch draw, so 76.2 centimeters. I can't remember the taper I use, but it's in that video. I used a 24 to 12 in that video when I shot. I was reaching with 8 mil steel, 326 feet per second, and I think 200 and I want to say 265 with the 9.5. I can't remember the exact speed, but that's tremendously fast with 9.5 steel. And basically, if you're wondering how I came up with my active band length, I just test my See if I can find one of those. I did one here. I was talking about it a little bit earlier, but I test my elongation. So I'll take a centimeter mark on my bands. I'll put that down on a thing and I'll measure out how many times that 1 centimeter will stretch. So if I can get, with this guy, I happen to get 6.5. So I divide my draw length by 6.5. That'll give me how many, 76.2 divided by 6.5 gives me like a 12 point, I think it's 12.7. So I just mark up the 13 for the band attachment if it's clipped. If it's going to be longer, I'll add an extra centimeter, and then I add a centimeter for my band attachment, for my pouch attachment. So basically what I do is I draw a line on my pouch where I'm going to attach my pouch. I set it all up, and then I'm good to go. And for longevity, I add a half centimeter. So if I'm pulling up and I'm stopping at my anchor point, I add an extra half centimeter, which will give me a little bit of extra stretch for good elongation, not elongation, for life, band life, and it works out great. But I have a review on 0.5 sniper sling, and you can see what kind of potential those bands will have. But keep in mind, if you max out your bands, your band life will reduce quite a bit. Add that little bit, you'll reduce a little speed, but you'll gain longevity. So you'll have to figure out where you want to land on that. If you want to have max speed or max longevity, you're not going to get them both. But all the tapers I use for my 8 mil steel are 24 to 12 is what I use. Yeah, ticks suck. Ticks suck so bad. You know, a lot of people have asked me, when I go into the woods, I'm not scared about the bears and this and that and the wolves and the coyotes and all that stuff. And those don't bother me at all. Ticks freak me out because they can climb on you. They can bite you. They can give you disease and all kinds of shit that's going to last a lifetime. And you can't even see them on you. Even like the little tiny ones are so small, you can't even see them, and they're there. So I go out with a bug spray, and I got my tick removers, and I've got some alcohol pads to clean the area if I ever get any on me, and I use a lint roller to roll my body. So when I'm walking through the trails or off trail, and I get onto trail, I give my body a quick roll down, and I take that little paper out, and I burn those little bastards. Man, I hate ticks. Long pouches or short pouches? Good question. For my 9.5, 11 mil steel and all that, these ones are just a little bit over 5 centimeters. And that's about as long as I like to go. For 9.5, 11 mil steel, 8 mil steel, it's a little bit of a shorter pouch. I use the Mongol Warrior Mongol pouches. They're a little bit shorter. They're great. Yep, Brother Kate, 25 to 15 is great with 9.5. I agree 100%. Yep, pouch size to fit the ammo. Agreed. I ended up buying I think it was the Warrior Apache pouch, and I found it was set up for 9.5 or 8 mil steel, and I found it a little bit too long for me. I didn't like it. I ended up switching to the Mongol pouch, which was much shorter for my 8 mil steel. Fantastic pouch. It's about the same length as the GZK pouch for 8 mil steel. Great stuff. Yeah, when you get, Cody says there are pouches that fit ammo but are different sizes. Large leather pouch and then small microfiber pouches. Really, what's best is what works best for you. But whatever pouch that you have on you that actually you get the smoothest release from is the way to go. And the only way you're going to find that out is by experimenting. So what I would suggest is probably getting some of those microfiber pouches. Try them out. Try out some regular pouches that you would get, like when you order from when you order from slingshooting.com, they always send you a couple of pouches. I think Brother K uses some of those. Was it the GMB something? I think I have it written on here somewhere. Anyway, if you watch some of his videos, you'll see he shoots those pouches from there quite often, and they're pretty nice. Wasp has some similar, but they're a little bit different. Really, you got to find one that gives you the smoothest release. Once you get into those, stick with those pouches. That's what I've done. 8mm steel. I'm either shooting the pit pouches from GZK for almost everything because I really like those frames, those pouches, or I shoot the Warrior Mongol pouches for my small ammo. Yeah. So Ribershaman, I agree with you 100%. And I've actually found shooting some of the smaller bands actually have faster retraction, which adds to faster ammo speed. Obviously, shooting 11mm steel with those things, you're going to get nowhere. But shooting 9.5 and shooting 8mm steel, if you get close to a max elongation or a max elongation, you're going to be firing those ammos real fast. And you'll have better accuracy too because you're not struggling to hold the ammo back. .45 by 15. Are you talking like 45 at the fork tip? And what forks do you have that can take that that size bands? That's crazy. You shoot cannonballs with those. Yep, I've heard of Bill Hayes. The guy's a legendary shooter. But he does things very different. When I first started out, I tried mimicking his shooting style, and I could not do it. I got nowhere with what he was doing. But it definitely works for him. He's one of the best shooters in the United States. Really? 165. How long does your draw? Because the Sniper Sling Black, I can't remember what elongation I had. I think it was 6 when I tested it. But it's a good thing to do whenever you get a band set or a roll, even if it's the same kind that you buy all the time. I always test the elongation because that's what I found out. I was having problems with GZK Green. The first roll that I got of 0.5 had an elongation of almost 7. The second roll I got was only 5.5. It was really bizarre. I don't know what happened, but it was point. Yeah, it was almost 7, and it was much stretchier and nicer draw. And then it switched to 5.5, and it was much heavier, and bands didn't last as long. I think they changed something, and I've heard that it's gone back to the other way now. I don't know. Yeah, those bands are great, and I think it's GMBW or something like that. That's the other pouches that they have. It looks like it has like a little star in the center where you set your ball up. They're really great pouches. If you're used to using those, keep shooting them. Oh, 45 millimeters. Yeah, pouch size. Good call. If that was band size, I would be like, I'd be bound to you, dude. Like you've got the best draw ever. You must be built like the Hulk. Yeah, Sniper Sling and 100% actually makes some really nice bands too. I was just testing out the 0.8 bands, and I was actually surprised at how that's what I got on here. I've got the 0.8 on here, and these are 24 to 18 taper, and I found the the draw was really nice, not bad at all. Especially for that, the GNOL bands I have a 0.7 are way heavier than those 0.8s. Way heavier, way heavier. Hundred percent, pretty nice too. I've heard people say that the bands are kind of inconsistent. I have not seen that. I've got a couple of rolls of 0.5. I got 4.8. I got 5. I got 6. I've got 7 on the way, and I've got some testers of 8 that I got from Fox Nets or something like that. Anyway, you'll see it when I do the review on them. But I got to tell you, all the 100% bands that I've tried have been really nice. I've had no complaints with them at all. Yeah, I've got some Shishu here that we made some bands with today. These are 0.85. And I got to say, the draw on these guys are pretty damn nice too. Yep. Real nice, actually. I think I prefer the Shishu to the Great White. I think I feel a little bit smoother. But I haven't shot with it yet. We'll have to get out and do some shooting with it and see how it all plays out. I also got some 6.5 Shishu, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do some bands at 18 to 12, and we'll test those out on the Scout LT with some 8 and 9 mil steel. I think a 9.5 mil steel should be fun. Should be pretty decent, I think. Alrighty, folks. I think we're going to wrap this one up. We're in here close to 3.5 hours of talking. I'm getting actually pretty hungry. So it's lunchtime now. So I think I'm going to wrap this one up. Maybe I'll poke outside, do a little bit of shooting, maybe shoot a short if I can. But hopefully tomorrow's supposed to be somewhere around -8, which is going to be very comfortable for shooting. So I think I will go out and do some shooting tomorrow and see if I can get a video shot and filmed for you guys to watch. That'll be a little bit more exciting than me shooting in my backyard. If not, I'll be doing some band tests, and I want to get this 0.8 set up here and do some shooting. Hopefully it'll be some fun. I'll bust some cans anyway with those while we're testing them out, and we'll see how it goes. But just keep in mind, guys, when I'm doing these band tests out in the middle of winter like this, we're not going to get the max speeds or max potentials, but we'll know what they do in wintertime, and that's all good. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. I want to thank all of you for showing up today. It was really awesome. Had some real good conversations, and I appreciate it. You guys take care. Get up and practice. Stay safe. Be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys. You're freaking awesome. Take care.